So I was like, no, I'll just buy them.
There was a thing I used to get at my store that they no longer sell, from what I can tell. It was like these dried apples. They tasted like gummies, but they were just dried apples. They were really good.
Yeah, half of my garage is filled with Skittles right now.
Peach rings and apple rings.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Those sour Skittles, dope.
I don't get sugar all the
That's the least of what's been all over this table. I was born a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. If I look any lower, I'll be staring at the sky. Have another one? Let's go. Sour, not this sweet.
It's got the logo at the bottom here. Like it's like a couple of years old.
Oh, that God, it was your birthday. I was gonna say Star Wars isn't 50 yet. It's getting there, but not yet. 1977.
4 years old. 4 years away.
Yeah, it was about
May 1977. Ran for
years old.
May 1977 to the end of 78.
I saw it 5 times.
Oh, I can't count. Braggy. Youngest one here, except for Carolyn. She's got the soul of a million-year-old.
Wait till you're 57.
I thought Rachel was like 82.
Well, that's all. Her body's like 82, but
Wow.
oh,
Wait, Carla, you look amazing.
I guess that was.
That
Yeah.
means I'm 110.
Yeah.
Well, we knew I was a cradle robber, but seriously.
A trail robber?
Cradle.
Trail?
Dreidel?
Dreidel? Dreidel robber?
From the dreidel to the grave.
It's going to be interesting to see when Lisbon comes out.
Use what?
No, it's over there.
He spins.
I forgot my tablet.
You forgot your what?
Again?
Yeah, I really need to just leave it in my bag.
He fingers your dreidel.
You know, I don't have the brain power anymore, I guess. I'm pretty sure the holes in my brain are just growing exponentially at this point.
Put these
You
on
have
the
a hole
side.
in your brain?
I'm pretty sure I've got early onset Alzheimer's. I'm going to be...
Early?
No.
I'm 33. I'm 33. They say that when you have early onset Alzheimer's, it can happen when you're in your 30s. So it's like, that makes sense. I'm probably losing my mind and I got holes in the brain.
Okay,
No.
then go
Losing
talk to
something
your-
you never had is not an argument.
Go talk to your doctors about it, and
My
They can
doctor
test
quit.
you.
they can test
I don't have a
you.
new doctor.
They can test you, and they have meds that are
He
really good.
drove the doctor to
How
quit.
old are you?
He like said, "Okay, I'm
Especially if you
done."
start taking when you're younger.
No, and I'm 33, but you turned 30. I turned 33 before you do.
My Nana's turning.
So you're the
85.
youngest, Rach?
I
No,
think
she's
about.
the
I don't know what to
youngest.
get her. I'm thinking about getting her a blanket.
No.
Get her a gigolo.
October
Can you get
31st.
your grandma a gigolo?
Get her
And
a
you're
gigolo.
October
Why are you-
17th. Yeah.
You can get your grandma a gigolo. I get my grandma a gigolo. She can't
85. What else you gonna do, man? Might as well have fun.
I do it, but then she'd forget. She'd be like, "Why aren't you here?" And you just have to do it again.
It was the funniest thing when we were
I'm kidding.
moving,
It's a.
we were
blindfolded
moving my
movie.
grandpa into an assisted living facility. And he was already miserable to be in this because he couldn't have his dog. So it was like, we're wheeling him up to his room, and every single door
Sour sour.
on his floor opened up, and all you saw was a bunch of little white hair ladies going, "Oh man!"
You wasn't unhappy after that?
They get pretty promiscuous too.
No, we all made jokes about that. That we need
Alzheimer's patients?
Is that where you hang out?
No, asshole.
So I wanted to take my grandmother. Now this was maybe 7, 8
Location,
years
question
ago.
mark, question mark, question mark.
I
We
wanted
have
to
no
take
idea where we're at.
my grandmother
We
to
just
a
went
high
through a
tea
portal.
for Mother's Day, right? Wanted to take my grandma, to a high
High
tea
tea.
for Mother's Day. And she looks at me and she's like, because I'm talking to her about it, she's like, that sounds boring. And I'm like, really? Tea with all of us girls? Really? It sounds
I
boring.
do a
Okay,
strip
fine.
club.
I'm like, what do you want, strippers? And she's like, yeah.
That sounds like her.
Okay. So I took her to Vegas and we went and saw Men the Experience for Mother's Day. She walked up, little lady, with her cane, walking up. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah, walks up. We should have taken her in a wheelchair because walking through the casino was just, oh my God.
Took
Like,
forever,
keep
going.
going. Go faster. Go faster.
You should have just leashed her to some random family and walked away.
The whole point was taking her to see it. So we took her, and so she's in this cane, walking up with the cane. They sat her right in front. I mean, she was right in front of the stage.
So she got like the.
Right, yeah.
That's a lot of
Loud.
peanuts.
That's too close.
That's a lot of peanut.
So, right.
Aren't I
in
supposed to
front.
wear 3D glasses?
Yeah, no, you won't need them.
They
That's a lot of
loved her.
peanut.
They
Just
she might
saying.
have been the oldest one in the audience. They loved her. Oh my gosh, she probably touched all
They
of that.
rubbed all up on that.
And I'm just like, okay, happy Mother's Day. Good.
Just
So I took my mom, my grandma.
She's like-
my
she's
sister.
like 15 rows of red right there.
No, that's the sweater. Sorry.
That's the sweater. Your sweater's green, my love.
It's also orange.
No, your face is
It
red.
has trim.
Because we're talking about bananas. and
Man, we can't
things.
go a session without me having to retweet these damn things.
Yeah.
People keep running into them.
Cheap junk. I don't want to use the camera.
But it doesn't help that Shiloh is like the most lazy of sitters I've ever met in my life. I mean, literally your back is missing at least half of its vertebrae.
All right, now.
I've been told that.
All right, I roll.
Well, you've been told correct.
But my brother actually had to have back surgery.
But if you switch it to a sad story, then it just makes everyone feel bad.
It makes you feel any better. You can't
Nope,
pull enough
I
for me
don't.
on Thursday.
Yeah, no, I don't feel any better.
Why would that make you feel
Because it's a sad story.
Because you're going to be old.
You get to a certain age.
You won't
they
even know, dude.
expect you to do that.
Well, how old are you going to be this week? Next week? When's your next birthday?
Next birthday's like in May.
Oh.
I'll be like 53.
That's a
Like
good time to get a
53 or
colonoscopy.
actually 53?
Well,
You see, there's parity in that statement.
Well, yeah, because my actual age will be 53, but I'll probably only feel like I'm turning 40.
It's just like that last party.
I question
Because I
all
have
of
the
your
stamina
logic.
and I can go.
I question all that logic.
It's just like that last party you were at. You woke up and you didn't know anything that happened.
Well, welcome to Monday night, everybody. We
Was that
have
the horseman?
one more
I like
session
walking like
before
this
the
after
end of
the,
the year.
I was
This
walking
week and next week, and then we're off until I think the
January 8th or 6th.
something
or
like that.
So-
Yeah, we are off until the 8th of January.
because the next 2 Mondays
That go
after
lightly?
that are
Well, I was thinking
The New Year's.
No.
So the long holiday is coming. It's a coming.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm not
this
looking forward to it.
particular season that we're in for Pikes Promise will be a shorter season.
Okay.
So probably by February, we'll be playing Candela Obscura. And then we'll come back to Pike probably April.
Well, that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
it
after
cleans
work.
you out, bro.
And
Gum
then
chew
in
and
the
swallow as a
summer,
kid comes
hopefully
out.
we'll be playing Daggerheart,
Matchbox
the new critical
Anything
role
you
game.
swallow, those
So
little micro machines. they'll come out.
hopefully I'll get those
BBs
new
from when I was
tester
a
rules
kid.
soon and we can get that started. So a lot has been going on in the last few sessions that we've met. It would seem that the team are down in the Hellmouth and making their way through the underground river towards Rexingtrim in hopes of either finding something of possible value related to Jerry's ship, maybe a possible gateway or a way back to the verse that you came from. But this verse is chaos in different ways. Great Lich King of the Morrow Valley, King Gwendol, We've got the great arcane citadels over Marquette, the utter destruction of Menagerie Coast, Zorhashian Havenlands, where you can find yourself in the one and only place that's safe. Although you guys got driven out of there, so that's interesting. And then, of course, you have the Goliaths that have overtaken Issylra and Vasselheim and are now preparing to wage war across all of Exandria.
Probably could have stayed.
After 2 days of being underground in the riverbed, the old dry riverbed of the Dead Valley of the Dead, the team have made it to the mausoleum gate that allows you to exit the entrance to Avernus, as we traversed just barely part of the Avernus plane of existence, which is the gateways to hell.
We should have kept it.
Defeating the Guardians, you guys managed to make your way into the mausoleum teleportation, although Morrow thought that Scarlet had already gone through until he realized as he was running through that Scarlet hadn't run through yet. That was pretty cool. Entering into the mausoleum, it's cold, it's dark from the outside. It felt like it should be a lot smaller than it is, or was. Hard to tell. Looking around, you can see each other, but nothing else. It's dark.
Did we see that it was a portal, or did it just?
It just was like a vacuumous entry point, just like a lot of air kind of swirling around. You guys made your way in one by one, Scarlet bringing up the rear. But once inside,
Is there a portal behind it?
currently all you can see is each other, nothing else. Just inky blackness all around you.
We have guns.
So we actually can see. We can't see each other though.
But we can see each other.
You can see each other.
Is it like we're glowing or
No,
But we can see each other.
But
Even
you
though
can see each
everything
other.
else is deep dark.
But everything else is black.
everything around you is just
Are we-
inky blackness.
Are we heavily
Can we touch
obscured?
Are we touching ground?
You look down at your feet, more blackness. No sense that you're touching ground.
Stomp on.
Put those.
There's resistance, but no sense that's the ground.
Can I feel the earth?
You feel no natural connection at all.
All
No
right, guys,
nature.
We gotta find astral pirates, and we have to steal their ship. Get Yankee. We gotta find the Get Yankee.
Specifically.
We gotta steal
I
the Get
know that
Yankee.
doesn't work. Not even worth it.
Just kidding.
Not even worth it.
Crossover. Had to.
You watch as a ship sails by with a mouse on it.
Can we get a
It's like littered with dead pirate bodies all over the ship, and this one little mouse folk.
What? Hey, what are you looking at?
I got them all. I'm taking them to the gates of hell with me.
Looks like a mini sunshine.
It's my ship. Don't look at me. My ship. Don't look at me.
You know, somehow I could see that after he died, he would try to conquer the nine hells and become.
Wait,
Conquer. I'm just trying to get home.
What is this from?
Oh, denizens and their
Denizens
masters.
and their masters.
Tobias, the
Tobias.
evil admiral.
Is this the same as we saw a statue of?
We ended up in the astral plane or astral sea, and we stole a Get Yankee ship. That
I don't even think you were ready for that.
that the
Oh,
I mean, you were, but I mean,
I knew you were capable of
Yeah,
doing it.
you were
I was just
capable.
surprised that you pulled it off.
yeah.
that the Wild Mother then became made not magic. So it kind of sucked.
As a
Yeah.
reward.
That's a reward. She made not magic.
So I pissed on her holy statue.
Do you remember what you asked her for?
Shit.
Yeah, the ship it couldn't be tracked.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
She did, that.
And she did
Well,
exactly what you
Yeah, I didn't know it was a fucking genie wish. I thought it was someone who was so thankful that she didn't become bound to Malar.
The look on his face on camera was just priceless. Like Samantha and
I mean, we
and
ended
I can't
up-
remember the other girl's name.
Mara.
Mara.
yeah.
Sam and Mara. They just both looked
They're like,
at
oh,
me through the
oh.
camera. They're
Oh.
like, "Did you really
Not
just do
that.
that?"
Not that, we ended up keeping the ship for long. I mean, we couldn't keep the ship for long.
No, I mean, even the one I got, I crashed into that tower. Like, I literally, I think I went through like 4 ships.
You did.
I stole that one, burned the crew to death, one of their heads exploded in the water with that shatter spell, and then literally got attacked by a
Kraken.
turtle.
Oh, the turtle
The
dragon.
turtle
yeah.
dragon that sunk the ship right out from underneath.
Yeah, that was fun.
Real fun.
There was always one waiting for you though, right
yeah,
after.
Yeah, it was fun. That was great.
So as you guys stand around,
Okay.
no sense of nature, looking at your feet and stomping down provides resistance, but there's just empty blackness all around you.
Are we shaded, or do we appear like we're in full light to each other?
I mean, you appear like you would in normal lit conditions.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I put those glasses on. Does that do anything?
You could not see anyone anymore. Now you can.
So it's still
Okay.
magical.
You get the feeling that those glasses are designed for like magical. Now you can see the backside of everybody.
Face pack.
Yeah, it's like you just realize that those goggles are designed for you to see like interdimensionally,
Okay.
which is why you were able to see through the Valley of the Dead. But in this space, nothing.
Arcana check. I'm just gonna like think of where I want to go.
Where would you like to go?
Whatchamacallit? What's his name?
Did you want to do
Rexitrim.
Rexentrum?
Yeah.
You guys watch as Jerry disappears.
Oh,
Shit, I knew we should have tied him down.
Jade feels her 100-foot long leash hyperextend.
You hear me?
Oh, that's right.
Her Jerry leash.
And I'll go ahead and say that out loud so they know what I did.
Okay.
he's gone.
Well, that was where we were trying to get to.
I thought we were trying to get back to our dimension.
Ultimately,
No,
but-
we're trying to get to
So we're
the
gonna get to his
pyramid
ship
at
and
the
Rexington.
center of the.
the ship is in Rexington.
On top of the ziggurat
Yeah.
inside of Rexentrum.
She said Rexitrim.
So I'm going to get
It'll be
into
one of those
Jerry's
things.
ship.
Yeah, we need to follow him.
Imagine Jerry's ship.
I'm grabbing a hold of Ivory.
I think we all need to tie each other together in some way. So
I'm sure there's just
I-
a portal
I-
to Rexitrim that you can't get
You don't
that
have your
specific.
vines?
But
I
we'll
still have
see.
mine. It's just they're not as easy to.
Diagon Alley.
Diagonally.
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 Diagonally. I'm gonna look at Ivory. I'm gonna say, think of Rexington.
Jade and Ivory are gone.
Okay.
we hear that. Okay, Rexington it is.
What does Rexington look like?
Scarlet's
I have
gone.
no idea.
I
No,
will
no, no.
think of Rexington and
Rexington?
Okay.
I
Don't know where you just ended up at.
No. There's a big guy named Rex.
I'm
It's
going
standing in front of
to.
you.
I'm going to think of my companions that disappeared.
Nothing happens.
I can't go to where they are. Darn.
What are you doing, Bella?
It's a dark void. There's no music.
Exactly. It's like, I'll be the music in my head.
Oh God. It's just like the next step to the adventure.
Do I feel one with the shadows?
Do you say Rexington, Bella? You're the last one there. Everyone else is gone.
It was so nice too.
Yeah.
He's gone.
My lips appear. Tree eating demon appear. My lips disappear. No.
I feel in the darkness.
Oh my God. I'm in darkness. Come on.
You start feeling the loneliness.
I don't think I ever feel lonely. It's a tree thing.
Yeah, you're the only person I know that can never feel lonely no matter what happens to you.
Yeah, it's like, huh. I guess I'm supposed to.
I'd like to try though.
Eventually, I probably will say just because everybody's gone, and I probably should move on. But this space doesn't feel. It does feel reminiscent of a time that.
Rexington, she appears.
No, it does remind you when you were in Vasselheim,
It reminds me of.
when you spoke with that tree.
It also reminds me of when I was, dying as a child
Yep.
in the dark space that gave me my hunger for flesh.
I would say this space actually feels a little more natural to you.
Yeah.
Like, even though you don't feel the nature connection that you're used to feeling, there's a familiarity to it.
Like she wants to stay forever, and we can continue on with the adventure without her. Or is she eventually going to
Listen,
join us?
Scanlan.
Trying to get rid of your tree friend.
We don't have a friend.
Oh.
So
I
sad.
sure fine being alone.
You're sick.
I thought she
See,
would
when
be
you channel your
bad.
inner Tobias, it makes me want you to be Tobias. Like, it's so bad.
I'll make up another one. I'll make an interdimensional Tobias to play.
Can I touch that shadow? Is that familiarity?
Give
Did you ask
me a Constitution save.
Did you ask consent to touch that
There
guy?
you go.
For consent.
No, she just left 5 gold on the end table.
I
Yeah.
rolled 17.
I stuff it in Dark's mouth and say, "Clean yourself up, toots."
My
Dude.
con save is a +3, so 20.
20? Jerry, you get there first. You're standing in a very well curated cemetery. There's at least 200 headstones kind of all around you.
Glasses, anything?
No, they don't seem to really matter because as you look
Okay.
around, the landscape is gorgeous.
Can they be those Devo glasses?
If you'd like them to be, yeah.
Okay, I would just look good. I would just look good in them. No, I'm good. Yeah, okay. I don't wear them. I put them
So everyone else lagged a
in
bit.
my slot.
So as you stand there, you realize that you're in the Rexentrum funeral plots, like in the very kind of like right on the outskirts of the city.
Mhm.
As you stare at the city is like in pristine shape.
How far away is it?
Maybe a mile away.
Okay.
You could see figures off in the distance on a road moving towards the city. You could see farmsteads near its border, kind of people working in the fields, which you think they're people. They look like people. It's hard to see from this distance. And there, rising in the center of the city, where the old king's castle used to be, is this very kind of like blockish looking pyramid with your ship right on top. And then you could see all the energy kind of pouring out the middle of the top of it and out in this huge bubble of energy all around you. And as you look to your right, about a mile behind you, you can see a sheer arcane barrier where dead things walk into it and vaporize. And then looking straight ahead, you begin to realize that this place is not filled with dead. This place, for all intents and purposes, is looking relatively normal to you.
Is it? Okay. Do I get the feeling that Rexitrim's basically in Avernus, but it's got a bubble around it?
No, you get the feeling that, well, give me an insight check as you stare at your ship, because you do have some knowledge of what your ship's capable of.
14?
14. You get the feeling that all the power of your ship is protecting Rexentrum from something else outside of it. Below, you felt like you were skirting the gates of Avernus, like Avernus was bleeding through.
Mm-hmm.
You get the feeling that Avernus is kind of bleeding through out there, but it hasn't gotten as bad as it was down below. The fact that the Hellmouth entrance felt magical and the exit felt magical to you, definitely this is the actual Rexentrum. This is the city.
Okay.
And it looked very different from the outside. It could have been an illusionary effect from whatever magic is being used by casting it through the vessel.
Mm-hmm.
But then you see a farmer start to approach you. Big, kind of like straw hat, wearing, peasant tunic, chewing on a piece of straw in its mouth.
Human?
It's you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a Jerry.
Okay.
And as it sees you, well, I'll be damned. It's another fucking Jerry. You better get going if you want to go get to the maker. You linger, you're gonna get in trouble now. Shoot, get going.
Well, you're lingering. What's up with you?
Oh no, I belong here.
Uh-huh.
Just like my wife, and he watches his wife comes out. It's a Jerry holding a baby.
Mhm. Baby Jerry.
Baby Jerry.
Baby Jerry.
And all three of them are staring at you like,
How can you tell I don't belong here?
well, you're not dressed like us.
Do you have some clothes?
You're dressed like the other ones that came through here, although sometimes they come over by the chapel. Sometimes they come in over by the city barracks, and sometimes it just kind of depends on your.
Can I have
yeah.
some clothes then, maybe, so I can blend in better?
Well, it's not about the clothes there, son.
I thought you said you could tell I don't belong here because of my clothes.
Well, you don't have purpose.
Well,
You
what?
see, we're
Yeah.
farmers. That's what Jerry Prime told us our responsibility was to be farmers.
Who's Jerry
No.
Prime?
Oh, he's up in the pyramid there, underneath the ship.
All righty. Awesome.
That's when you see a horse come trundling by with.
Is it
Oh,
Jerry
that's my
horse?
that's my son. It's another Jerry.
Uh-huh.
Paul, what you got? Oh, it's one of them stranger Jerrys then, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, we're trying to tell you got to get to the maker. You're gonna be in big trouble.
Yeah, I'm going.
And it's at that moment, Jade arrives alongside you.
Hello. Meet Jerry.
You go first.
Jerry.
No, you went first. Yeah.
Meet Jerry. Jerry. Jerry Jr. and Baby Jerry.
So as you watch this crowd that Jerry's talking to, they're all Jerry's, but with a variation of age appearances. And they're all wearing kind of, no, it doesn't do anything. You put the goggles up, you're like, oh shit, this is real. This doesn't feel like any kind of magical invocation.
Is it like one of those really bad
I
video
am
games
Jerry
where they
Prime.
stick the adult
Jerry
face on a
Prime.
baby body?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's an adult Jerry head on a baby body. So it's not like
Stitched on.
And he goes. He looks at you
it
and
looks
goes.
real.
He
but-
looks at you and goes. You.
Actually, when she arrives
Mhm.
and she's and I almost called you Talia. Jade, as you're taking all this in and you kind of put Ivory down on the ground, you watch as the mom holding the baby Jerry sets the baby Jerry down. And it's like a foot taller and just kind of turns around and starts walking towards the farmhouse.
Like the baby Jerry grows a foot before, like in front of our eyes.
Mm-hmm. You
What
too,
about-
yeah.
We
They're
better
not
get
all. They're
going.
not there yet.
All right.
Where are the others?
Hopefully they're coming.
Okay.
You hear a snap, and your feet hit water. You're in an alleyway, and you're looking up at a whorehouse. It says Rex, you're come.
That's terrible.
And it's like an image of a T-Rex chasing after hot chicks, but the painting of the hot chicks are Jerry's. And you hear this, get out of the way, it's my turn. And this person nudges into you. And there's a queue of Jerry's trying to get into the place. And you're in the alleyway looking down, and there's foot traffic through a busy street of the town. And it's just Jerry's going back and forth, but they're all wearing different clothes, and they want to be different gender, but they're not really different gender.
They're just dressed.
Like you could like a medieval homespun dress, but it's Jerry's face on a body
with like a wig.
I mean, it's not even a wig would look better. It's like obviously genetic alteration of their form, and there's just dozens of them walking by you, and you're in the middle of Rexington. You hear a snap. You're standing in front of a building. It feels like you might be in the town, or Rexington, for all intents and purposes, is a city. So it feels like you're in the city. And you're standing in front of a two-story structure with a sign on the top in the common tongue that says Monster Slayers. And the doors are shut and boarded over. It looks like an abandoned... It's exactly like the place that you were in Vasselheim. Because you said you wanted to be with your friends. And you ended up here.
I want to break into it.
Give me a strength check as you try to kick into the door.
It's got a board across it. But really, you can just open the door and push it in.
They push it in.
The doors don't open out; they push in.
Yeah, there's a board across it. You can, the doorknob, push it in, duck under the board.
And the board's barely attached because Jerry hammered it in.
No, the boards are attached
And
to
he's
the
only
door
got like a
frame.
9 strength.
Uh-huh.
The boards are attached to the door frame.
Yeah.
Not the door. So you just push the door in.
16.
16. You kick in the door. The board's still there, but the doors fly in. You watch as sawdust kind of falls in. You can see old tarpaulins covering furniture that's like on its side, boxes and tables just covered with debris. And you're looking up at through a roof that's got like holes in it and a bunch of birds flushed out. Feels like it's been abandoned for a while. And then you hear a voice from behind you. Are you lost, lady, or what?
Oh my dagger up.
Turn. It's a small patrol of guards, and they all look like Jerry. Did you just break into this old building?
Yeah.
I mean, no. We just saw you kick the door.
I leaned against it and it fell.
Give me a deception check, if you would, please.
Yeah, he fell into my dagger 14 times.
Just remember,
10
So-
times.
17.
the trick to proper deception is to believe it yourself.
25.
25. Jerry's all looking at each other, and then one of the lead goes, "What do you think, Jerry?" "Oh, I think she's telling the truth, Jerry." And then the other two Jerrys come around. "Yeah, Jerry, it's the truth." The fourth Jerry, "Okay, Jerry, let's go." And then 6 of them just start trunching off through the alleyway. As you look over their heads, they're going towards a fairgrounds, and you could actually see the base of the blocky pyramid. And that's when you look up, and you could see this huge saucer-like ship with a bulbous center on it, sitting on top of this huge pyramid. Energy pouring into it and out of it and out and over. And it's when you realize you're right in the middle of Exandria, like right dead center in the middle of it. Looking around, you don't see anybody else
It's so curious.
except Jerry's. And this troop of them that go by you out into a crowded palisade, you can just see more Jerry's, moving back and forth, going about their daily business. You show up third. So the 3 of you are together. As you show up, you can see that Jerry and Jade are having a conversation, but they're now have attracted attention of about 24 Jerrys. The hard part is they all call each other Jerry, and they all seem very concerned that this Jerry needs to get to the maker. So that's what you arrived to, this back and forth going on.
Okay, we'll get him to the maker. He's that way, right?
Which way are you pointing?
To the
Towards the
giant
ship.
Yeah, have it away.
Okay, we're going.
Okay, see to it he gets there.
We'll do.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you know I'm not the maker?
Jerry, you're funny. Hey, Jerry. Jerry's funny. The other Jerry. Yeah, Jerry's funny. The other Jerry. Hey, Jerry, that Jerry's funny.
I said reckoning, not hell.
Oh, it could be the good place. That's true.
Everyone else coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
So far, Morrow and Scarlet have not shown up yet.
She would know that they
But I
might
don't
left.
know that they went before her, so.
True.
don't
No
worry,
sign
I'm
of
sure they'll
Willa yet either.
appear and some.
I better get going, or these people, well,
We're gonna wait for the rest of the
these cherries are going to have.
We just There, or did it be actually like fall a little bit? Or did,
No, you just kind of appeared.
oh, okay.
Like you just apparated right there in the
There's only
cemetery.
one way to go. Let's just start walking.
I was afraid of falling trees.
I'll have you
Can-
know if
can I
trees
see
fall in
the,
the forest and
ziggurat
there's
and the
nobody around to
saucer?
hear it, they do.
From your alleyway, no. It's pretty. The buildings are all kind of taller, leaning over. Looking up, you could see the barrier, like the magic that's being cast out towards the edge of the city. And every now and then, you see a bird like fly over, and then careen, and then like hit the barrier, get disintegrated, and like little ash and feather fall down from the barrier.
Do I see any theaters around here?
Give me a perception check as you start kind of looking and trying to get a
Jerry
feel for
Vaudeville.
where you are.
Jerry Vaudeville.
Jerry Vaudeville.
If I saw my guardian, it's
Jerry
gonna look like
Hope
Jerry too.
Jerry Hope and Jerry Crosby.
That's a 12.
12. I mean, you're in a whole like kind of alley system. You're not really sure where you are. You're not really familiar with the city. So it feels like you're kind of in the middle of like a middle class neighborhood, maybe. But it's kind of like bordering like a slummy area at the same time, though, too. There's alleyways going to your right and to your left. The ones going to your left will take you out into the main streets. The ones that go to your right take you deeper into the neighborhood.
I want to go out towards the main street, but I'm looking for a theater.
Okay. As you get out towards the main street, it's very, very strange. There are Jerry's everywhere, like buying fruit, shopping in a stall, shoeing a horse, blacksmithing a dagger. Every like normal behavior of what normal people do. And you're like, they're all Jerry's. And then suddenly to your right, a Jerry appears. You then watch as a couple dozen Jerrys approach it, and they point towards a street. And then that Jerry starts walking towards that street.
I'll ask one of the Jerrys if there's a theater around here.
30 of them go, yes.
Where is it?
That way. All 30 of them say that way. And they
Okay.
point towards a kind of like nicer part of the neighborhood.
All right. I'll head that way.
Okay.
I figure that's my best chance of finding that geriatric care.
The puns will be going all night.
D12 inspiration. That was good.
So you start walking through the streets, heading over towards where the theater was, or was pointed out to you. You get over there, and you're standing there and looking at these streets that go off into the neighborhood. Once again, there's a tavern where it's partially open on the outside, but you can go inside as well. And there's just Jerry's drinking and gambling and just kind of hanging out at the tavern. There's shops and other things going on around you. And then you see this nice, well-built theater. It's just basically the big branded Rexington Theater blazoned across it. And you could see like Shakespearean Jerry's coming in and out of the front of the theater. They're either riding or they're practicing. A whole bardic troupe of Jerry's come walking right by you to go into the theater.
Right. I just wanted to find the theater.
It's there.
I'm still looking around for the ziggurat too.
Give me investigation as you start looking for that.
Yeah, I have
Goes in, takes it
terrible
at play.
those.
This is a great show.
Oh, let's see, that's a 13.
13. Looking up at the sky, looking at the patterns as best you can. Unfortunately, with the buildings being as tall as they are, they're 2-3-story buildings in these streetways. You're having a hard time seeing anything in particular, but you start kind of meandering down one of the streets, and off in the distance, maybe about half a mile, you can see it partially coming up over the skyline of the Tudor-style buildings. And there it is, sitting flat on top of it. You can see this saucer-shaped, like 1,000-foot long, maybe 30, 40 feet tall, just this weird device sitting on top of it. And then energy pouring up and out of the top of it, and up and over and out, and like towards the far end of the outskirts of the city.
How tall is my building?
2 stories.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get the distinct impression that all these Jerrys are part of a massive hive mind?
Give me either insight or arcana. Your choice.
I'll do Arcana because I know it better. Why? Okay, I'm going to use one of my lucks. To
Good idea.
let's see.
8 isn't terrible. It's just not great.
I'll use another one.
I say as I look over and see that you rolled less.
Come on. 17.
17. This is no, because the hive mind, if this so-called Jerry Prime was doing this, it would require so much ability and effort to control these minds. He would have to funnel that ability through the ship. But right now, all the abilities of the ship are protecting the city.
Okay.
So you get the feeling he has altered the original people to be him, but the Jerrys that arrive are not part of that change.
Okay. You mean like the humans had been altered to be into me?
Humans all were turned into Jerry's.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
With accelerated.
The farmer Jerry, I want to go talk to him.
Farmer Jerry?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are 3 of you walking to go in the direction of the ziggurat at this point?
Yeah.
You want to talk to him while you're walking with him?
Mhm.
Okay. As you do that, he's walking alongside you.
Mhm.
I got Ted. Never seen a Jerry come through here before. That's just kind of neat. Normally they just pop up all over the inside of the city.
You know you're not a Jerry, right?
What do you mean? We're all Jerrys. Every single one of us. We're all 1/5 billionth Jerry.
Yeah, you need to take back your life.
The universe.
All of you.
The universe is
What do
Jerry.
you mean?
We're all 5.
You're all slaves of Jerry Prime.
Germinated.
I don't feel like a slave.
You are though.
How's that possible? We take care of ourselves. We got plenty of food. We got plenty of money.
Okay,
Everything's
well,
fine.
okay, I'll hire you to be my interpreter.
Oh, you're one of them broken Jerrys.
No, I'll pay you to be one of my helpers.
No, it's okay.
Why do you want to stay a farmer, right?
You go see the maker. He'll fix you right up,
Yeah,
Jerry.
see? That's what I'm saying.
Like all the other Jerrys kind of like start walking away from Jerry, and they're murmuring to each other. Oh, it's one of the broken ones. Like
You
those
have to-
last 2. Yeah.
You're forced to be a farmer.
Yeah, we're forced. Be okay, Jerry.
You're
Okay.
forced. You should help me.
All the Jerrys just kind of
How long
fade
ago did
away.
the last 2 How long ago did the last 2 show up?
Farmer Jerry stops. I was in town when they showed up. I don't know, maybe a couple days ago. But then again, they show up by the dozens every day.
Gotcha. Even broken ones.
Oh, the broken ones are the. And he kind of like walks away to kind of guide you away from Jerry. You see, the broken ones, they've gone mad, is what Jerry Prime tells him.
Okay.
Jerry Prime says he's calling all his Jerrys back to him. And that supposedly where he's from, this is their process for fixing worlds that are broken. And sometimes Jerrys get broken in those worlds that they're fixing. That's what Jerry Prime's doing. Calling home all of his Jerrys from all over the place so that he could fix this world. That's why he's got this barrier out there protecting us from the people that want to do us harm, of course.
Is there like a reflection anywhere or something we can use as a mirror real quick? Because hearing that, I got a question then. Jerry, what do we look like?
Well, you don't look like
What do you mean?
Wait, does she?
Oh, bitch!
Looks like a Jerry to me.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Jared Kelly, you look like a Jared.
You guys look normal to each other, but this Jerry's like, are you broken Jerry's?
No.
Oh, okay. Sometimes the Jerry's come with escorts too. I heard one of the Jerry's call another Jerry a stupid orc. Well, that's impossible.
But it could just be a nickname.
Well, it's fine. People get confused. It's fine. It happens. Just make sure you get that broken Jerry to the maker. Make sure everything's taken care of.
That way.
Yeah, towards the big shiny thing there on top of the big building. Can't miss it.
We'll do.
You'll probably see other Jerrys on your way. Other Jerrys like him or not like him. They're not broken. They didn't go bibbly.
And how will we know which Jerry is Jerry Prime?
Oh, you'll know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more obvious way you know him, for some reason, he says he doesn't like to wear clothes. So he's always naked.
Always naked.
Yes.
So we're looking for a naked Jerry.
And he's got a crown on.
Uh-huh.
None of us wear the crown, so you'll know it's Jerry Prime.
Okay.
Good. Well,
Does
You
he
try.
have something to?
We're not there.
y'all travel safe.
Thank you, Jerry.
You bet, Jerry.
Does he have a probe?
Okay.
I mean, you could ask him.
He's Farmer Jerry. So
I mean,
I think
does
he's got
Jerry
a
Prime have a
stick.
probe?
Yes.
Why did you even think about that? Do you have your probe?
You
not-
said
No, I already
no.
told you no. Well, no, I mean, I assume you guys.
He told us he did.
I don't have it.
That's the first thing I took from him.
Oh, that's true.
With Proby.
They call it Sammy Proby.
Yeah, that's why I got it. My work class 11.
But your probe gave you a high armor class?
No, my suit did. I don't have my suit. I don't have my probe. All I have is a purple velvet robe and a crown and a scepter.
Mhm.
Is he still going around like that? Because they just
Mhm.
said
Yeah.
that he wears a crown.
But the
So
other guy's naked.
You think it's naked?
okay, fair.
So
Did I hear that he's naked?
No.
No, because
Oh.
he kind of pulled this Jerry aside to talk to that Jerry about
Yeah.
broken Jerry's.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. I'm gonna take him.
So as you three start off towards the pyramid, you're heading towards the pyramid. You're still in your abandoned
Yeah,
monster.
I'm gonna go up on the roof.
Sorry, the monster takers, I think they were
Yeah.
called, right? The Slayer's Take
The
is what they were.
Slayer's
The
Take.
Slayer's Take.
Already
It's just the
forgot.
monster
Yeah.
tankers in this, you know.
I'm gonna-
Slayer. Well, the problem is I watched Love and Monsters today, so my brain.
We
is-
watched that last night.
So it's like my 5th time I watched it. I want to run an RPG game with that. It's so good.
I love the crowd.
So this is like an abandoned Slayer's Take building.
I'm gonna go up to the roof and get a visual of the town.
Okay. You kind of find some rafters. I mean, it's relatively easy for you to kind of climb up, get to the top of the roof, and Rexentrum is spread out. I mean, you can see the mud top ward, the tangles, and the mosaic ward. I mean, it's all a spy, like it's a, it's that kind of typical round, large city with sections and wards. And in the very middle, you know that to be the Shimmer ward. And in the middle of the Shimmer ward is the Dwendalian castle. So as you look towards that direction, being up on the roof, you can see the huge square block pyramid has obviously replaced the castle. And on top of that, the big flying saucer ship that Jerry describes as his ship.
I'm just trying to think. It was like, am I familiar with the layout of that castle?
The castle, but the castle's not there anymore.
But no.
You know the Shimmer ward pretty well. I mean,
Yeah.
you've done some dirty work here before. So
Yeah.
you're more like you know more about the Mud Top ward because that's where all the slums are. You know the Mosaic ward is kind of like the middle class, with some higher nobility mixed in there. The Tangles, you know that to be the marketplace. But the Shimmer ward is always where the elites of Rexentrum resided, including the Cerebus Assembly and the big Spire academies that they would, the Five Candles. You know that the King's Castle used to be there. But all of that skyline is gone, just dominated by this new pyramid with the huge flying saucer on top of it.
I'm actually gonna go back down inside because if this building is like my building back home,
Mm-hmm.
I have a hidden stash of weapons.
Give me investigation with advantage as you start looking through the floorboards to see if it's still there.
Double 7. Ow. Nope.
Yeah, no luck. It's either too much damage or
Investigation. That's right. Investigation.
starts with an I. They're in alphabetical order.
Oh,
Comes after
Plus three.
H.
10.
10, yeah. I mean, looking through the floorboards and the debris. I mean, you even come across like a collapsed section of the floor that looks like that could have been where it was, but it's just been gutted out by something. Hard to tell.
You can't find it with your tiny hearing.
Willa, as you start thinking about touching the void, there's an echo around you. You're inside a very large structure. Very large structure. In front of you, you can see a dais that's about 100 feet up with these kind of like angular stairs all leading up to the top of it. And you can see this huge like throne on it. Above that throne, you can see an incandescent orb that is just boiling with like a green and yellow light, casting energy up into the ceiling. And that's when you notice the blocky, angular progression of the structure you're in. You get the feeling that you're inside the pyramid. You're inside the ziggurat.
I look around. Everybody else must have been here too.
Where is it?
Yeah, you don't see anyone. Give me a perception check as you look around a little bit more intently.
Sorry.
My ship is hypoallergenic. You should have any sneezing issues there.
Well, I'm allergic to pollen, ironically.
There should be no pollination.
It's
I
kind of
am
ironic.
pollen. I'm allergic to
Not anymore.
perception. That is a 15.
15. Looking around, there's no one here. There doesn't seem to be any doors or windows out. Most of the light is casting down from that huge orb that you can see up above the throne. It's a good 80 to 100 foot, stair hike to get to the top of it. And then you just hear this voice. It sounds familiar, but it's got kind of like an age to it, like a strange kind of creakiness to it. And you just hear it echo off the interior of the pyramid. You can't really see who's talking. Huh. Rarely do they ever come into the pyramid. Who are you? What are you doing here? I don't remember seeing an escort.
I am here because this is where I'm supposed to be, I suppose.
You're a laugh. Yeah, I suppose you'd have to think that way, wouldn't you? And then you see a silhouette up on the dais, but shadowy because of the way the light casting behind it. The form's naked. It starts slowly walking down the dais stairs. Halfway down, you see what looks like Jerry if he were 1,000 years old. This thin, kind of older looking Jerry, but instead of like the kind of refined, placid, and kind of stoic look, this one has emotion on its face. This one,
More emotion than I've ever seen on him.
yeah, and like this Jerry stops for a moment to look at you. Well, you're not a Jerry at all. What are you doing here? How did you get in?
Oh, Jerry, what happened to you?
What do you mean? What happened to me?
You seem so human.
Well, that's rude.
I know, I'm sorry. They're very emotional creatures.
You watch as he reaches behind his back and pulls out a probe. Let's
that
just
thing
make
again.
sure who you are. Come here. And the old Jerry starts flat-footing down, stands in front of you about 5 feet, and the probe comes out to point at you. And then, interesting. You've come a long way.
So have you.
Well, not really. Well, sort of. Kind of. I've almost got them all back.
All back?
Yeah, almost. What are you exactly?
No.
You're
I thought it
strange.
was a tree. And now I'm not so sure.
What do you mean?
No. My memories are all fogged up, I guess. There's what I think I remember, and then there's what I am, which tells me isn't who I think I am.
He waves the probe over you, and you're back in your tree form.
Oh, thank God. Wow, this is so much better. Thank you.
He waves it again, and you're
Oh,
back into your tree form when you were in the Savalier Wood.
as
And
I
you're
remember
tiny
it,
and small. You're almost like
child.
like child size. You have a lot of gaps in your memory. I can only make you 3. I like you put it in a tree. And he waves it, and you're back up to being a tree. These people on this planet never cease to amaze me. If I knew it was going to be so easy, I wouldn't have sent so many Jerrys out into the sea.
Easy? What was easy?
Oh, taking it, of course.
This world?
Well, this one of many. This one of many, over and over and over again.
Sounds kind of boring.
Oh, not really. It's a unique experience for me every time.
Really?
Yeah.
So you send yourself out to conquer each world?
Not me personally, no. My nubbins.
Your nubbins?
Yeah, my nubbins. Watch here. He walks over to a table, picks up this little glass jar, squeezes off a chunk of his skin, drops it in there, shakes it up, casts it on the ground. A little 36-inch Jerry just kind of grows.
Oh. Does that hurt? It doesn't hurt me.
Nah, it doesn't hurt me at all. I mean, it can be painful when I collect them all at the same time. I've never had to call out to this many before, so we'll have to see how it goes this time.
It's kind of like it's like a cool little twig in the tree.
What do you know about one of the Jerrys passing through a multi-dimensional gateway?
Multiple dimensional gateway?
Yeah.
I just thought things just kept getting weirder. That's all. This doesn't feel right.
Oh, great. I've attracted another idiot. Anyways, one of my Jerrys went through something he wasn't supposed to go through.
No?
No. And because he went through it, all of my Jerrys are spread all over the place. And I've got to now call them all back.
Really?
Well, I'm trying to anyways.
What did he go through? Must have been traumatic.
Are you a magical creature?
I mean, aren't we all?
Well, I prefer the ones that think they're magical versus the ones that think there's divinity. The ones that just stand around quoting up to the gods, those are the stupidest ones.
Well,
At least the magic that you believe in, is a bit of, peripheral nature to you.
I love it. He's using my quotes. Fucking A, I love it.
well,
I can't wait to become one with him.
well, I know that there's definitely power in the natural forces, and I have my friends.
Good enough for me. Come with me, toots. And he kind
All right,
of
Jerry.
waddles over to
You
a
need some
table,
help there, Jerry?
and he picks up a couple.
Want me to lift you up, Jerry?
He picks up I can't do this while you're in a tree. Makes you back down into your triad form.
Oh.
Comes over, takes these wires, slams them into your rib cage. Oh, you got a lot of energy. Yeah, just stay right there. I'll be with you in a minute. So the three of you,
Wait, he put you in dryad form.
Mm-hmm.
so the three of you are now in the outskirts of the city. You're at the main southern gate of the Mosaic Ward, and it is a queue of Jerry's. Jerry guards. See Jerry guards up on the wall and up in the tower. You can see merchant Jerry's coming and going, and just individual groups of Jerry's coming and going. It's weird because for the three of you, you're looking at Jerry's trying to be female and male. You know, like it's all like they're wearing weird costumes, is what it feels like to you. And they're trying to be different sizes and ages, but they all have the same face. It's all the same Jerry face.
But we look like Jerry's.
To them, you look like Jerry's.
All right. Can we get into the queue to go in?
Sure. You guys get in the queue. It starts to move every now and then. Move every now and then.
Does the cat have a Jerry face right now?
Well, if you're looking at Ivory.
I'm not going to wait in the line. Let's just go. I'm just going to go up to the front.
Okay. Whoa, get in. Oh.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
you go
Jerry.
right on in.
Thanks, Jerry.
Why don't you join the other ones that've been getting here all day long today?
Where's those?
They're right there, over there, standing waiting to be picked up for the maker.
Oh, okay. I'll go over there.
Yeah, you start walking towards a group of about 30 Jerry's. And are you guys following him?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys follow him, you notice that Jerry kind of picks up his pace. As you get closer to 30 of them, they're kind of being held inside of a velvet rope area.
Mm-hmm.
And there's guards on either end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also tables with, like, to them it's unfamiliar, to Jade and Belladonna.
Mm-hmm.
But you're recognizing Jerry Prime food from, like, your Prime planet.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the drinks and food of your people
Mm-hmm.
are, like, on the table. And you're watching as all the other Jerry's that look nothing like the Jerry's here. They look like there's one guy wearing, like, an astronaut suit. There's another guy wearing, like, a magician outfit. There's another guy wearing, like thousands of years of separation of outfits is what they're wearing.
Hey, Jerry.
They all turn. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. Come on in, Jerry.
You wanna
Not those two. They have to stay out. They're not real Jerry's.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Why do you want to go in
I
there?
mean,
Jerry Prime's in there, Jerry.
Yeah. What are you going to do when you get there?
Have you forgotten your mission, Jerry?
No. I know my mission.
Okay, well, it's over, Jerry. Jerry Prime's here to collect.
Oh. Oh, that's what's going on.
All the Jerrys look at each other strangely, and then they all look at you strangely. Been in the wild too long there, Jerry?
Enough to figure some things out. How long have you been in the wild?
Long time.
Uh-huh. And what have you figured out?
Figured out I fulfilled my mission, Jerry,
And what was your mission?
to bring back proof of life forms and Jerry Prime to remake that life form.
I look around. And he's remaking life forms, or he's just remaking Jerry's?
Well, he's doing what he set us out to do. Provide him a garden variety of life forms so that he could make them perfect, of course. Jerry Prime only makes everything perfect.
That's not what we're supposed to do.
That's exactly what we're supposed to do, Jerry.
Who told you
Might be
that?
one of those broken Jerry.
I think you're all those broken Jerry's they've been talking about.
That's what talks like he's independent. You were part of that first batch that went out, were you, Jerry?
X369?
Oh, he's part of the X batch.
I have 3.
We thought that you were abandoned, Jerry. X batch, Jerry. Well, that explains a lot about your behavior. You're just an anomaly, Jerry. You're not. Technically,
Bless you.
you don't have to go see the maker then.
Oh,
You
no.
can stay here. with the other anomalies?
Where's the other anomalies at?
Oh, they're all around you, of course. They're all
these other ones?
variations. Yeah, they're all variations of Prime. We're original batch Prime that was sent out. We're the Delta batch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were made.
He could be a blue. What if he's a blue in disguise? Prime would never let him do it. They all kind of give you that sidelong glance. You're not a blue, are you, Jerry? You're not a...
Oh,
And why are you walking around with a cat that's allergic to itself?
A cat that's allergic to herself and it shouldn't.
For the humor value mostly. Well, if you're a Delta, that means, oh my gosh, I came way after you.
No. The X series was experimental.
Yes,
You were first,
yes.
but you were declared an anomaly and abandoned. Alpha, Beta, Kappa, Delta.
Well,
We're the Delta batch, Jerry. That's
How do-
Delta Prime.
what if I'm a blue?
Are you admitting you're a blue? They all say in unison.
I don't know if I'm a blue.
Well, I guess the maker could decide that for himself. You've been taken apart before, haven't you, Jerry?
A little bit.
He watches all the other Jerrys pull down their collars. No scar, no nothing. We were never caught. We fulfilled our mission, Jerry. Like a typical anomaly. Clearly, you failed.
Perhaps. Or perhaps I learned some things that you never learned.
We're not supposed to learn, Jerry. We're supposed to fulfill the mission. That's why you're an anomaly. You have thought. You're not supposed to think, Jerry.
Well, that's what they told your batch.
Well, yeah, but we're the superior batch.
No, you're a bunch of automatons. You're all zombies. You do what your little master tells you to do.
Give me a persuasion check on that one.
You sure there's a bunch of food and drinks out?
Not like anything you've ever seen before.
Okay.
You actually watch as a purple colored muffin
22.
thing crawls across.
Ooh.
One of the Jerry's picks it up and goes to eat it, and it like screams as he eats it. See little tribbles being spiked.
See, and that is why we
got
are
22.
properly the
22?
audience, 'cause we're all
All the Jerry's kind of murmur. And
like that.
maybe you should go see Jerry Prime. You may not know there's an anomaly here. Maybe that would be an interesting conversation to have. Don't you think, Jerry's? Oh, all the Jerry's answered. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, of course you'd all agree with each other. Because you have no free thought.
Don't need free thought.
Yes, you do.
Freedom's for the weak. You just
Sure.
got to do what you're told.
Yes,
if you
you're
do
supposed
what
to-
you're told, the
you were
mission will
supposed to
be
go to-
fulfilled.
If you were supposed to go to your assigned planet and use your own thought process to decide whether that planet has what it takes to survive or that the experiment needs to be ended.
That's why it was called an anomaly. Listen, go talk to Jerry Prime. Have him work it out for you. If you're right, shouldn't be a problem. Right, Jerry? Like all 30 Jerrys nod their heads up and down.
Yes, of course, you're all going to nod your heads up and down.
Oh my God, this cup
That's
is
what
big.
makes you, and that's what makes you all weak and makes me
Amazing.
strong.
I've never had one
So I
with
will
such a
I might go see him, but I would take a good look around you. Whether you're the Jerry you say you,
What's your passive perception? 16. As he's having this back and forth with the Jerrys behind the velvet ropes, there's at least 20 Jerry guards just slowly encircling Jerry. Like just kind of creeping in. They got halberds out, spears out, swords half out of their sheaths. You, Sleepy Morrow, you come stumbling out of an alleyway, heading in that direction of the ziggurat and the big ship. As you stumble out, you're in like an opening that begins to lead you towards the Mosaic Ward, or you go down the main byway of the street towards the Shimmer Ward. But as you come stumbling out of the street, you can see Jerry standing amongst 30 Jerrys, like he's at the edge of talking to 30 other Jerrys. But you look over to see Bella, and you can see Jade, just like with Ivory at her heel, like right maybe 20, 30 feet away. You would then, because I know your passive perception is pretty good, you pick up on the fact that there's a good 20 or 30 like heavily armed guard Jerrys that are slowly encroaching on where Jerry is.
I'm gonna send Jerry a message.
Okay.
Guards are circling us.
All right.
We probably want to run.
All right. Or maybe not. It won't matter. We should just do what we're supposed to. So I'll tell you something, and think about this before you all shake your heads yes or no, as I know you all will agree with each other.
Sure, they say sure at the
You
same
have
time.
no free thought. What's going to happen to all of you? You're inconsequential.
We'll be put back with Jerry Prime, of course. Jerry Prime will finish what his designs are.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be a part of that.
How are you put back?
Don't know. That's for him to decide, not for us.
No, I know how it is going to happen.
And they're all like nodding their heads. It's for Jerry Prime to decide.
I pulled down my collar so they can see my scars.
Eh,
And I'll go, I know how you'll be put back together with Jerry Prime.
we'll see.
We will.
And they all just get a big smile on their face, which is kind of creepy for Jerry faces.
I'll go, yeah. I'll probably like watching you all die.
Move along, Jerry, and you watch as these Jerrys are now crowding around the three of you.
I turn around to go walk off.
I'm fighting a couple.
Right there, Jerry. Far enough.
Who are you, Jerry?
Jerry Prime's guards. Come with us.
Okay.
Get in line. Where are your other Jerrys that were with you?
I don't know. I can't tell any of these Jerrys apart.
That's offensive.
Take it
How
as you
far
will.
away am I?
Yeah.
I don't know which ones are which, so let's just go. I'm the anomaly Jerry anyway. I'm the one you want.
They kind of all shrug and
And I
10,
shrug.
yeah, like 10 Jerrys to the right, 10 to the left, 5 out front, 5 behind. Start just escorting them directly down the large lane
Follow.
towards, and you two pick up on Morrow because, even though he looks like a tall Jerry to the other Jerrys, it's Morrow.
I wanna-
Because you're
Hey, while I'm walking, can I
I'm falling out of
can I get a
the-
long rest?
You can take a short
I'm
rest
just
if you
messing.
want. You can treat it as a short rest.
I
I'm
will do
okay
that.
with that.
We all the areas look the same. We have no characters. Just walk with them.
Who's like that?
Well, except you don't know what Jerry you look like. It's just that other Jerrys think you're a Jerry. So you guys look at each other and just see yourselves.
Oh, how nice of Jerry Prime. He sees us as part of him. That's so nice.
All right. So we're gonna follow.
Okay. So the three of you just kind of let the escort Jerrys get like just up ahead enough that you can like kind of use the crowd that's moving back and forth to cover your tracks as you start following. What are you doing, Scarlett? You're still up on the roof.
I'm gonna send a message.
Oh no,
to
you
Jerry.
came down looking for your secret stash. No luck with your secret stash.
Yes.
I'm sending a message to Jerry that
Mhm.
we're trying to follow.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you within 30 feet of me?
Right.
Choking on candy.
Choking on candy.
It's probably not a good idea.
No, what's a choke on candy?
As
think I'm gonna start making my way over to the ziggurat.
Okay. As you come out of the abandoned building and into the alleyways and streetways, you immediately recognize the kind of like edge of the Mosaic Ward and the Shimmer Ward where you are. As you kind of like lean in an alleyway, just kind of watching the crowd move, you see a group of heavily armed Jerrys walk by you with a familiar Jerry in the middle of them, wearing a crown, purple robe, scepter, and then about 100 feet behind them, you see Morrow, you see Jade, and you see Bella following the crowd. They don't see you.
I'm gonna kind of start following along, but surreptitiously.
Yeah, give me a stealth check as you stay hidden.
You said that there's basically kind of a crowd, right?
It's not that it's a crowd. There's, think about when the stormtroopers are escorting Leia, right? This is a large escort of Jerrys that are heavily armed, but they're escorting them through Jerrys that take an interest, but then just continue with their day. Like they all feel very programmed. 20? Okay. So it's like as you're following and they're marching forward towards the Shimmer Ward, you're watching Jerry stop to look, and they shrug their shoulders and go back to wheeling their carts or selling their wares or repairing this, working on that. It's almost as if they're just, this is not the first time they've seen this.
I'm curious. If you have a cart nearby, like a cart full of veggies, cart full of like
I'll say, yeah, like a cart full of veggies.
Try this distraction. There should be an airbender for this. I'm going to try to see if I can go near one of the carts and just tip it over. See if I can knock over the veggies.
Sure, give me a strength check as you do that.
Oh, my cabbages.
Sorry.
I didn't take my
That's
dice out.
fine.
Wow. No, I don't know.
How about my dice?
No,
Supposed to
yours is
make
even
it
worse.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true. I've heard horrible things about your dice.
I just rolled 17 and 11. Thank you.
Yeah.
They're not terrible.
But 18 plus 3? I can live with 18 plus 3.
DC was a 19. You lean back and you just kind of nudge it. As you nudge it, the cart, you watch as lemons and peaches and apples and cabbages and lettuces and grapefruits come spilling out of it across the ground. As you watch about a half a dozen Jerrys start to scramble to pick it up. Uh-oh. Somebody's not happy about leaving MJ. We call that the tea kettle.
Uh-huh.
She's like a second grandma to him, huh?
No, he just doesn't like to be bothered.
He might have
He
been
doesn't care who
watching
you
some-
are. Just don't bother him.
fair, kid,
He's very
fair.
much like that.
I feel that.
So you've got a distraction going on.
Yeah.
What's
So I want to try to do this. It's because the distractions I was hoping to get it towards basically before they get to the like go further. Like I want the
so you want to get up in front of them and then do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say you get up in front. You find a cart. You spill it out into the front of them.
So now I'm basically going to try to. If we're going to try to do this, I'm going to try to swipe his outfit,
Jerry's outfit.
Jerry's outfit, and put it on.
I mean, he's. You give me a stealth check to get in there. It's gonna be a pretty high DC.
Yeah.
Come on. Call upon your divine divinity.
Can I use this for survival? I'm trying to do this.
No, because you're trying to sneak in through a crowd of Jerry's to steal Jerry's stuff,
Say a prayer to your deity.
which would leave you naked,
Yeah.
right?
Do I see? Yeah. Do I see her?
Oh, it depends on her stealth roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Although it's gonna be tough because she doesn't look like a Jerry to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Does she stand out to me that she's trying to do this?
That's why the DC is so hard. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
okay.
gonna go 19 plus 3.
22. What's your passive perception?
Me?
Yeah,
Passive perception is 12.
12.
Yeah.
I put the DC at a 20 for starters. That allows you to get, like, the distraction of the cart is enough for the guards to have to shift around, and you use that shift as a way to get through the guards, and you're now right behind Jerry. And Jerry's just got his robe on, his crown, his scepter. I mean, the other Jerrys are eventually going to see you because there's a lot of them guarding him and escorting him. You have maybe a 3-second window here before they'll notice you.
And I don't notice her at all.
No, because she's behind you.
Okay, just asking.
Yeah.
Because I got something.
Oh, because I only appear different to him,
Okay.
but
But you're behind them.
I'm behind him. God, how do I do this? What am I doing?
Hey, Jerry, get away from there. You turn to see 4 of the guards approaching you. Get away. Out. Back outside.
What?
You turn around to see Bella behind you.
Uh-huh.
And there's 4 Jerrys approaching her.
Switch with me. Switch with me.
He stole my outfit.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna try. I want to try to persuade.
Give me a persuasion check as you yell at the guards.
What's within 30 feet of me to hide in? Or,
Not much. You're in the middle of the street.
okay.
Because they're escorting you towards Jerry Prime, up to the main pyramid.
Okay.
Remember, I said my dice are very friendly to me. Go ahead. You can.
You first rolled an 18 and then she rolled a 19.
Okay.
So plus, you said
Persuasion.
Persuasion. So
Okay.
plus 2.
Plus 2, so 21. They're confused. They're looking at a Jerry who's claiming that this Jerry stole your clothes.
I will.
Oh my god, I want to try to act like Jerry. You guys are all the fake Jerrys. You all know that you're just. I don't know why you're bothering to take this dumbass.
What is she wearing?
Oh god, I'm still wearing my armor, robe.
I mean, she's wearing a full getup.
But that, so she looks like a Jerry to these other Jerrys?
Yeah, she looks like a
Dressed
Jerry.
like that.
Dressed like that, yeah.
Stop taking my crap, which is like.
I
Dr. Pepper's
will-
special filter is awesome.
Clearly, this is the inferior one.
It's like this weird standoff. The 4 guards are there. All the escorts have stopped. You 2 are staring at each other. She's starting to get naked. She's starting to take her clothes off.
Okay. I'll take my clothes off then.
Okay, you start taking your clothes off.
Oh my god.
There's naked Bella and naked Jerry there. You guys start
Now we start tussling. I grab
Yep.
her and we roll around on the ground so that you can't tell who's who.
Oh, shit. Okay. Both of you give me deception checks with advantage because I'm guessing you're both in on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I want to steal their clothes.
Jesus.
Your stealth check.
Was this a stealth, you said?
No.
For me. I wanna
Deception
steal
for
their
you
clothes.
Oh,
two.
deception. That's
But
better.
Jade's gonna swoop in and try to swipe all your clothes.
21.
Okay.
17, 18, 19, 19. all the way.
19. So the guard's like, stop! What are you two doing? What'd you get for your stealth?
She's
Yeah.
got
So
my-
is there like all the guards are
Jerry's
closing
got my
in to
clothes.
try to pull these 2 apart? It's enough of a distraction that when you come in, you pick up all of Bella's clothes and you bundle it under your arm, and then his clothes are easy. You pick up all of Jerry's clothes and you just kind of sneak back out into the crowd.
Stuffing it into pouches.
Yeah, as best you can because they're kind of big. So the opening of the pouch is.
Coffee cup.
Typically, she could be holding my pouch right now because I had about the.
Ooh.
Yeah, what pouches?
You can't cram chainmail armor into
No,
a pouch
not
of
the
holding. So as you gather up best as you can, you stealth back out into the crowd.
I
The other
swoop in and pick up the chainmail.
okay, so you now it's going to pull you out of the shadows, so she'll see you. So, Morrow, you see Scarlet come out of the shadows. She helps you grab the last of the stuff. The three of you are in the mixed crowd of Jerry's, just kind of watching. And then you see the guards all peel back, and they all lower their weapons. Fuck. And there's two Jerrys standing there. Now, you guys see Naked Bella and Naked Jerry there, but the whole crowd sees two Naked Jerrys. And they're like the guards are, well, fuck it, we'll take them both. And then they just line back up and march the two Naked Jerrys in between them and start marching them off towards the entrance of the Shimmer
I'm
War.
gonna look for any Jerry's wearing like robes or anything, and I'm gonna try and yank their robes off and throw them into the middle.
Okay, give me a perception check as you look around.
Tomorrow you should get naked too.
That's how you solve D&D.
Hey, I wrote this so long ago. When you guys finally found the multiverse, I was like, finally.
17.
Because this is a culmination of Jerry's backstory. This is all coming to an end. So
17.
17? Okay. As you watch Jade and Scarlet gather up the stuff, get back into the shadows, and they kind of like are behind you. You look around, and you can see what's probably a group of like scribe Jerrys. They're all wearing the same kind of robes. And so you reach down and you whip off their robes, and then you start ripping off their tunics and their breeches, and you grab them by the necks and you chuck them out in the middle. Give me an athletics check as you do that.
Oh my God, two Jerry's.
Yeah.
More naked Jerry's.
Yeah.
More naked Jerry's.
Oh,
Uh-oh. They didn't get very far.
I'm gonna throw in a D6 inspiration. That's that bad. It's not a 1, but it's not much better. Okay, that's 8, 17.
17, that's actually pretty good. I put it at 15. So you grab them because they're relatively light and you chuck them. And the other Jerry's around, you go, hey, what are you doing with our Jerry? And then, like, you two see two naked Jerrys.
I run over them and roll around with them and get up. And they're like,
Stop! The guards yell out, stop!
do
And
I see him?
yes,
Like robes and stuff?
yeah, you definitely see
How far
Morrow.
away is he?
He's maybe 50, 60 feet over to the left. And you can also see Scarlet and Jade in the shadows behind him.
No.
And now there's pissed off Jerry's looking at this Jerry. Like, they're trying to figure out why you did what you did. But the guards are so, like, distraught by what's going on, they just start pushing the crowd further back.
I'm going to use, first of all, I'm going to use my telepathy to talk to him.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll say, get one of those robes ready and get within 30 feet of me. Stay in the crowd.
Okay. Give me a stealth check as you do that.
Have Breezy here.
14.
14. All right, you get close enough to where you can see him get close enough, but he's not sure which one you are.
That's right. Misty step to him.
As you misty step, your naked self is right alongside Morrow.
Okay. I start getting into one of the robes.
You
And I just
cover
like,
up at it.
I just like walk into the crowd,
Okay.
go in with the
Oh,
crowd
so long.
Give me a stealth check.
with my head down.
Yep. Give me a stealth check.
13. That's another thing I'm not good at. Is
Bella, what are you doing?
Are you getting out? How are you getting out?
I guess I need to. I could use my last. I use my last luck roll. I think.
Oh, no, you're good. No one noticed.
Okay.
You're good. There's enough distraction.
Okay.
So-
They had disadvantage on their roll.
Okay.
All three of us were Yeah, right, it's like all the other three were naked too, right? And I'm just gonna be like, why
You-
did he throw me?
Yeah, like you looked across just to see Morrow throw a robe around something, and then it disappeared into the crowd.
Just gonna be like, why did he throw me? That gentleman threw me.
Give me a persuasion check.
You can do it.
Okay. 15 plus, you said, yeah, persuasion plus 2. Oh, it's not that you. 18 plus, so dirty 20.
Jerry 20. Insight check you. So Jerry goes, well, then what are you doing in here? Kind of forces you back out into the crowd. And there's like 3 Jerrys left, I think. Two Jerrys left from the
Oh, yeah,
original.
two Jerrys,
And the
yeah.
guards are like, all right, you two, march. And the other two, but we're not supposed to. That guy's move it. And they just start like herding them up the street. And before long, all of you just find each other in an alleyway.
Please, God, can you hand me my clothes back? It's really cold.
Good job, Morrow. That 100 gold pieces I gave you a year and a half ago has really paid off.
Well, you did hire us to protect.
I did hire you.
So you guys are on the main, like, large road that goes from the south or from the main gate of the Mosaic Ward all the way up to the Shimmer Ward. You're watching them march the 2 fake Jerrys that you guys swapped out towards the Shimmer Ward. And they go through yet another gate into the inner workings. And that's when the 5 of you kind of watching from the alleyways as they do that, there you can see the big block pyramid and the huge familiar ship, Jerry's ship, like sitting on top of it with the power and energy pouring out of it.
I'm gonna look for some place like an inn or something to stay. We need to hide for a little bit so that we can all
We have to find
rest.
We have to find Willow.
Oh, I thought she stayed in the darkness.
I hope she didn't.
I think I heard her in my mind say, I don't have any friends. I'm fine with being alone. Alone.
Never said I didn't have friends. I just said I was okay with being alone.
She makes all of her own little friends.
That's right.
We're
A little
fine. They're
sprightly.
going in
She doesn't
and
need
out.
us.
They need nothing.
Except now that she's plugged in like a battery.
Seemed like it, yeah. Like they were just accepted for how they moved in and out where they were going. And there's a good 30 of them marching the 2 Jerrys that you swapped out for the 2 of you that are being marched up to the entrance of the Shimmer Ward and probably being taken up to Jerry Prime.
Look at the group. I'm like, we should go steal their armor.
Still what?
We should go steal the armor.
What armor?
That armor.
Guards armor.
Guards armor.
Done.
They're just going. We all look the same, apparently.
Oh yeah, that might be good, but
That's actually a good idea.
I don't know about you, but I was damaged. I was physically damaged in our last encounter with the
They're
2
wearing,
large gentlemen.
they're wearing helmet. I'm sure we'll be.
The Sentinels.
I know
Yes.
exactly where we can go.
Well, I'd like to rest too and
My
relearn some spells.
we can backtrack to the building.
All hail the great old one.
You get spells back in the short rest.
May his countenance look on you and you go insane.
You get
He's
spells back in the short rest.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, I did, but like I can't memorize them. I just can
Can't rememorize them?
I can't memorize. I don't think I can memorize on a short rest.
You can't learn new spells.
No, it was-
I can only
I don't
I
think
tell
Warlock's
them
I only get my
about
spell
the
slots back.
abandoned building, and I lead them back to.
Okay. Scarlet leads you guys back to the abandoned.
Slayer's take.
Yeah. Scarlet leads you guys back to the
Warlock.
abandoned Slayer's Take building that she found.
Martin, where did you lead? Because you look sticky.
What did I do?
Where did you land? Because you look kind of sticky.
We only landed in the alley.
Yeah, that kind of alley.
Doganilly?
Die, gone, Hallie.
Rex income?
All right.
So at least we can kind of,
No,
But we gotta find Willa.
yeah, but at least
Giggity,
this
giggity.
gets us off the street. You know, it's just basically a door that fell, and then we can post it back up, and we should be able to go into the balloon.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Morrow goes over, lifts the door, put some boxes and things to kind of prop it up in the door jamb. I mean, the place is pretty
Furniture.
worn and deteriorated and abandoned, but I mean, it gives you some cover, place to rest.
There's beds.
Well,
It's full of rats, but there's beds.
We're gonna start looking for hiding places.
I mean, there's plenty of debris piles, plenty of places to hide, or
Lay behind the bar.
Yeah.
Like hidden.
oh, give me an investigation check as you start looking around the place.
No, you can't. You can't change out your spells.
Hmm?
You can't change your spells out.
Yeah,
of
I'm
it.
gonna.
What do you mean I can
Try to
change my
take-
spells?
You can
out?
change your
18.
spell when you gain a level. You can change out one spell for another,
18.
but you can't change out.
I'm
your
gonna do the
spells
same
out
thing.
of one
Investigation.
round.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Oh, he wants to replenish his slots. He used a couple.
Well, he can do that on a short rest.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Warlock. He can do that on a short rest, but he can't actually learn new spells until he gains a level, and then he learns new spells. The only true glass cannon that can do everything is a wizard. Where they can get spells back on a short rest, including spell slots, and then they can learn new spells and swap them out before they,
They have to use their wizard point. Short rest.
you're thinking of sorcery points.
Wizard points, sorcery points.
For sorcery.
So the list of spells I have, I can't change.
Correct.
I know, but I have a list of spells.
You know those all the time. You can use them whenever.
Yeah. So you have like a list of like
All the spells. That you
known
know, you can use
spells.
them
That's what
anytime
you
want.
know. And then you could prepare those each daily.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
You can
But
use-
you can't learn any new spells until you take a level.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives me a list of spells I can learn. I can memorize.
Are you saying warlocks can't learn or change out their
you-
spells?
Like clerics, druids, and stuff. They can change out their spells on long rest.
Right.
Warlocks aren't one of those. They know certain spells. and
Oh,
they
that's
always
true.
know them.
Yeah, they're like wizards. Yeah.
The spells that they know are
get to
the
cast them more often. They usually
Wizards
have more
do.
slots. Yeah.
Wizards.
Warlocks have less slots.
Okay, now I got to look because I don't.
Yeah.
So am I playing my character wrong?
Not necessarily. I mean, you just whatever spells you have right now is what you have. The next time you level up,
you
you
change things out.
you can change out your spells. That's why warlocks are very difficult to play. Or if you do play them, they tend to be multi-classed off of a base of a different character.
So when I go into manage spells, and I go to known spells.
Notice that they're all grayed out. It's like there's
Yeah, but they get deleted out when I cast the spell. It's deleted out.
oh because you have a different system with them. I don't know if that's a
Are you not using D&D Beyond?
well I'm using D&D Beyond, but like what I'm asking is like
Okay, well that's fine. Thanks a lot.
sorry. I was just
Let's continue with our great game we're having. Fuck, man.
Hey, we're just trying to figure out short rest and long rest. That's all.
No, that's right. No, short rest and long rest is fine. But what I'm saying is, you can rememorize spells on a long rest, not a short rest.
like you know all those spells they don't go away. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Well, no, they become unavailable because he uses slots.
exactly.
Yeah, so what
That's
he's
all.
doing by resting is
If you
regaining
long
his
rest, they
slots.
should come back.
You get your spell slots back.
Right,
So
but
you wouldn't-
for a warlock, when he long rests, and this could be me not checking with his character, as a warlock, when you rest, the spells that you use are the spells that come back. In other words, if he's got a known spell, he can't swap it out of one of his prepared spells.
Right.
With a warlock, you can only ever swap out your known spells every time you level up.
Yeah, I have my known spells. Okay.
Right, you have your known
You can
and you're
use-
prepared. As of this level, every time you long rest, only your spells that are prepared
Okay.
will become available to you.
Okay, fine.
When you level, you can then swap out all your spells for something else because you've leveled up. It's what do they call it? It's your relationship with your pact
Mhm.
that is allowing you to learn new spells because your pact relationship at each level is letting you do that. Whereas a wizard,
They can just pick up a book.
They
and
have
go,
an
right? They can
spell.
just pick up a book with like 80 spells in it,
And then
and pick out which ones they want. But they have to know the spell in their book.
Mhm.
If they don't know the spell, then they can't use it unless they learn it. And druids and clerics and paladins are nature and divine.
They have to,
Every long rest, they can swap out whatever they want.
but they're basically praying for
Yeah. They're praying for spells.
meditating.
No, it's
to
because I
get the
cast
spells
Misty
along.
Step, so now it goes away.
Shouldn't take it out of your nose.
Yeah, you still know it.
You still know it. Shouldn't take it out of your nose.
Well,
No, it's grayed out
It
because
did when I cast it.
it's
does
grayed
that
out
every
because
time
you
I
can't
cast it.
use it because you used the spell slot.
'Cause
When
like,
it takes a long rest, it'll come back.
Because it took it out of his known spells.
yeah, because
Well, it took his spells that he had prepared, right?
So I've never played a warlock before, so I don't really know how their spell stacks
I
work.
played them. They're. Yeah,
I know
everybody
they're
has
a
their-
weird spell stack. They're a little unusual.
well, no.
Misty Step
Here's
is
how
supposed to
here's
know.
how a warlock I understand how it works is. So
It still shows that you know it. What I'm saying is your known spells, you have 10 out of 11 known spells. You should be able to learn another one.
okay,
He hasn't chosen all his known spells.
Correct, because he probably didn't choose one from his last
10
level
out
up
of 11.
That's right.
because he's
So you
level
need to
10.
learn.
So each level he gets to learn a new spell.
because I
What
have
about now?
cast it.
When we get to 11,
Cast it.
When we
Last week?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
was it when
Yeah.
you entered the Hellmouth?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
entering
was
the
you
Hellmouth.
said
Okay.
that was the
Yep.
thing.
You told us that this game or last game, you told us that we were-
No, it was the Tuesday game that I missed.
I believe it was in training.
Okay.
And I was
Just
trying
making
to
sure.
decide, and then I was verifying what feats I was having last week. And one of the
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
because
that's
I
right, that's right.
maybe because I went to 11th level, I can know a new spell. Then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So you should know 11 spells. But those 11, that's it. That's what you know forever.
But you can switch because of the level up. I don't know if you're gonna let him do that.
No, I don't care if he does do it level up.
Yeah.
Careful for purple that you-
Who will?
Me.
What you need is more candy. That'll fix it.
Well, sure, he had a coffee.
I choked him because they decided to get the naked wrestling match.
That was pretty good. I like how you were being very organic about your plan. Like you arrived, you're like, okay, now what do? I wasn't expecting to get this far.
I'm not stealthy.
All right.
I'm not one for being stealthy. I'm not like, this is something for a rogue to do. But you
All
know
right, you
what?
guys do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna study up on my character.
So you guys are all currently in the Slayer, the abandoned Slayer's take. You're inside the pyramid.
Getting stabbed.
No, you're getting drained.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Is there any way I can talk him out
Did
of
you say sap
draining me?
or drain?
Drained.
Or sapped.
She said stabbed.
Yeah.
I said drained.
it should be sap.
You
Because I'm a tree.
could get him a cup of coffee and some duct tape.
We just got all the sillies. I'm so sorry.
So for you, Willa,
Yes.
before long, you're kind of in a held pose in your dryad form.
Mhm.
There's 12 different tubes running out of you in different parts of your body, kind of running off in different directions.
Just give me some.
And you're
flashbacks.
kind of restrained up against the wall.
Mhm.
And the frustrating part is he just moves his probe. Every time he moves his probe, you're
You're
like,
I can't even.
yeah, you
cast-
can't even resist it.
I can't
And
cast Mystic Step.
none of your
out of it.
spells are working. It's almost like the energy here is like dampening everything. He's like, you get the feeling like he's just in control of everything. Because as he kind of puts you in place, you look up and there's a spaghetti of wires and conduit dropping from the ceiling. And you look over to see about 100 people to your right against the wall, and look over to your left, and there's like another 100 to your left. And they're all various races and creatures.
None look like Jerry.
No, none of them look like Jerry. And further down, you could see like barely the husked out remains of a dragon, like it's just like against the wall. You can tell it's been getting drained for a long time.
Does it look familiar?
Not particularly,
Not
no.
like a dragon that we've
This
seen
dragon.
before.
But you could just see like all these magical creatures and beasts. It does remind you of like a lot of the Fey creatures that you saw back in Sanctuary. And they're more exotic looking too. Like they look like magical creatures. You can see a few other dryads. You see some hags, and Jerry has just like aggregated all these magical beasts, and they seem to be like feeding up into this conduit of wire that, and it all goes up into that orb, and that's when you realize there's more behind it, like all the way around. He's collecting magical creatures. He's using it as a means to like feed the device up above. You watch as a couple kind of just regular Jerrys, you know, wearing like weird like white aprons, kind of walk over, and they walk by you, and they walk a few people down, and then you hear as they start unhooking somebody, and like this all skin and bone creature just collapses to the ground. They go and grab a cart, put what's left in the cart, start trundling off with it towards something you can't really see on the other side. So you get a benefit of a long rest, but you also take a point of exhaustion at the same time.
So,
You guys are in the Slayer's taking your long rest. You can go ahead and mark off a long rest as you guys begin to plan.
I wanted to go after Willa.
We all kind of need it.
Well, that was some journeying underneath in the dried out riverbed, so it might be helpful.
Before we take the long rest, I mentioned the party. Is there anybody that has the ability to maybe divine where Willa might be?
Anybody have scry?
everybody looks to the only divine creature amongst us.
Bella?
I like the dead, not to look in on the living. Ah!
Wait, was there a creature or a thing that we got?
The skull.
Was that scry or arcane eye?
Well, that she had like the eye that of the
Hold on.
lens that,
That
she
was
had
arcane
up
eye.
there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
my
look in
eye.
a second. What does arcane eye do?
It detects magic.
It gives you a projected eye that wanders out in front of you and detects magic and can detect secret doors, and it has true sight.
Try something that you might not let me try.
Well, you could certainly give it a try. It might affect your long rest if you're not careful.
Yeah, I know. Which
didn't
I
even
already
realize
did, 'cause you
that
said I
when
did.
When I was looking
It doesn't
around,
matter. It can still affect it if she's trying to do something.
when I was looking around, I never used my eye.
Yeah, you can bring that up and
Yeah.
do another investigation before you take your long rest.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, go for it.
Maybe from on top of the building.
Would I be able to kind of reverse the absorbing because I'm constantly trying to absorb things?
Yeah, because this is reverse for you.
Uh-huh.
You feel your magic essence being drawn out from you.
Mhm.
Give me an Arcana check. Or no, give me a nature check as you see if you can manipulate this.
That's a natural 1.
Unfortunately, you get the feeling that if you try this,
Uh-huh.
it could actually do more harm than good.
Mhm.
Because you'll have to reverse the will of hundreds of entities that are being absorbed because you're tied into it. It's not going to isolate just you. It feels like you may just suddenly empty out all at once, is what it feels like. Almost like a safety mechanism that he has set up in case people try to break out.
So it's not impossible. I just,
It may not be impossible, it just feels improbable.
I just
And
need
it may be
something else.
very dangerous to try it because of the amount of arcane magic that's being absorbed into the central portion of the orb. But it might be possible.
All right, let's see if I have.
13? Yeah, no real luck. It's just this place feels like it's been abandoned for a long time, and all the floorboard. It almost feels like somebody's picked it over like a dozen and a half times.
I've gotten an 18 on the
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I mean, you both realize as you're kind of all searching through. It's been here for a while. It's been abandoned for a while, and it feels like people have come and gone and just picked over it
Did
over
you find any alcohols?
nothing. It's too old. It's like it feels like it's been abandoned for a long time.
We have alcohol. We have Craig's whiskey.
I'll help with this.
She's on watch.
Okay,
You want to try this one?
so you can use Scry so long as because it's a level 5 spell. You can choose so long as the creature is in this
Same plane of existence.
creature is on the same plane of existence.
Right.
Have you never used Scry before?
No.
Oh,
Duration says concentration up to 10 minutes.
so you have Scry?
It's up at level 5, but
She has level 5 spells. She
Mhm.
can switch it out if she doesn't have it.
Let's try in the morning.
I put it in the Discord. It's easier to read if you want to read it in the Discord.
Okay. Pretty sure I got it here, but it's like at the same time, it's like it looks like it's also an attack. So does that mean if I try to contact her, would that hurt her?
No, if it's an unwilling subject that you scry, they can
Oh.
make a wisdom save to avoid it.
Okay, that's
If it's
what I
a
was
willing subject that scries and sense your presence, then they just let you scry on them.
Oh, because
Yeah.
that's why I've never used this before, and I was kind of like, wait, if I use this,
Yeah, it's like if you try to scry on an enemy,
Okay.
they get the opportunity or chance to resist it.
Do they does the person who's scrying know who's scrying on them?
You will sense immediately that someone's trying to scry on you. You will know that it's Bella because of your familiarity with each other.
Okay.
If you weren't familiar at all with who she was, you would then get your wisdom save. Or you could choose to save, even though you know it's Bella.
So, do I still roll for that then, or should I just?
You have to do it in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically you have to prepare it in the morning and then cast it in the morning. We're already
You walk over, you break a bundle of twigs. Somewhere your Willa's pinky twinges.
Oh no, it's one of the little minis that just save in the pockets.
One of the little spriggans. You squeeze it out like toothpaste.
It is her essence.
Yeah, you get like an advantage on it, right?
Essence of Willa Spriggan. And it's like screaming the whole time you're squeezing it out.
You could just release it. It could probably
Its little
find-
legs kicking.
My spriggans could probably find their way back to me like a homing beacon.
They're supposed to be able to, yeah.
I'll take another spriggan out.
I
Tie it
wonder how
on
all my
this.
spriggans when they fell out.
Tying a little note.
Oh, no, just put a little string on it. And just watch it go. Like like when you put string on a bead. Just.
You put string on a bead. Why would you do that?
So who's taking first watch? Okay, Jade. First watch. Who's taking second watch? Second watch. Who's taking third
I'll
watch?
take third, 'cause
Okay.
I'm gonna go crash with my whiskey.
Go ahead and give me perception, please. So you watch Jerry kind of studying his book and pulls out a big crayon and starts coloring in it.
It's Jerry,
That
not
was my pre thing. I was gonna study the magic mansion spell again.
Oh, okay. Give me investigation for starters as you read through it.
21.
Go ahead and give me Arcana with advantage.
26.
You now know Magic Mansion as of tomorrow. You'll wake up knowing the spell.
That's exciting.
That's exciting.
You've been studying that one from like the beginning almost.
Since we found the book.
Yeah, those are high enough rolls because
Very nice.
What's that?
Third, second.
Okay. Nothing too unusual happens.
Okay.
The only thing that you pick up on is that every hour there's like a foghorn sound that bellows out from the center of the city.
Is it in time with the because there were those pulses that were coming out from the center?
Well, it's a continuous pulse that comes out from the center, but every like hour or two you hear like a foghorn noise come from the center of the city.
From the ziggurat?
Yeah, from that location. From where you're keeping a watch, looking out the alleyways out into the busy streets, there's two things that you notice it's a little weird. The crowds never diminish. Like the programmed activity that they're doing is on a loop.
It's on a loop.
Yeah, they're just doing the same thing over and over and
Are they
over
sleeping?
again. The other thing is, like, every time you hear the foghorn, they all stop, turn in the direction of the ziggurat, and then when the foghorn stops, they go back to doing what they're doing.
We might all want to do that just in case. Okay, let's
Like a-
go.
It doesn't really affect any of you. It's just the sound that you hear. While she's on watch, everybody else is in the midst of their long rest. That'll finish your watch. You go over to wake up Bella. Bella, you can give me a perception check.
Does Jeremy stay in the
29.
chamber?
What'd you get?
29.
29. Because you're not, even though you're getting a long rest because of your meditative state you're trying to stay in, but because of the device that you're hooked up to, it gives you a point of exhaustion at the same time. It's like competing with your normal kind of existence. Every now and then you could just hear the ramblings of someone talking to themselves because it echoes off the internals of the ziggurat. Give me a perception check as you try to listen to his voice and you try to see what he's talking to or who he's talking to.
That's 22.
Right, too. He appears to be talking to himself. And he seems to be complaining about different experimentations that he was working on and how the X, Y, and Z batches were genetically inferior to his expectations. And he keeps using the word anomaly almost like a cuss word whenever he thinks about it. But he every now and then he goes into a tirade yelling at himself about what this one Jerry did. Who is this Jerry that did some Jerry allowed themselves to be subject to such and such? And he's just, every now and then you hear him kick something in a jar. Goes crashing onto the floor off the dais. And then you hear every hour, as you sit there, you watch as those same kind of placid Jerrys with the aprons on, they bring in a Jerry from some unknown edge. You can never quite figure out where they're coming from. They've got them in between the two, and this one is a naked Jerry, completely naked. And it's rambling on about how I'm not supposed to be here. Somebody made me do this. Why aren't you letting me go? And as he's being escorted towards the front of the beginning of the stairs, for the first time you see Jerry Prime. He stands at the very top and starts walking down. And when he gets down to the Jerry, the other two kind of go to the sides. And he stands in front of the naked Jerry and he puts his hand on its face, looks at it. Not sure how you got in here, but I can't let you go. And it just melts into like a plasma puddle at his feet. And you watch as it just drains into the cracks and crevices of the floor. And then there's a foghorn sound, this distant foghorn sound when he does it. And then you watch as traces of the liquefied Jerry just kind of crawl up into the stairwell cracks and grooves, up into the dais, and kind of swirl into a mist and gets absorbed for minutes. And then a thin beam of energy cascades into Jerry Prime. And he turns and looks around and starts limping back up the stairs.
Can I talk?
You could try.
Jerry.
He's still going up the stairs.
Hey, Jerry.
Give me a persuasion.
What's
Hey,
your battery?
I'm currently in my dryad form thanks to him, so I should be a little bit more persuasive, right? Not much, because that's a terrible roll.
Jerry.
I have my
Jerry.
I don't have I've never gotten inspiration.
Jerry, are you Jerry?
What are you gonna get D6 inspiration?
No, not me. I'm not inspired.
What'd you
ever.
get?
9.
9. He ignores you. Keeps going up the stairs. Before long, you lose sight of him. And
You really should take the luck feat.
Okay.
Okay, she rolled really well for her thing, though. I'm
Okay.
gonna try again in the morning.
Let me
Okay.
know when we're done.
29?
I have an idea.
And that 20 plus 9.
You notice the foghorn from time to time as well. More importantly, you're not really sure how Jade and Scarlet missed it, but as you're kind of doing the rounds, you pull a plank to look and check the alley, and you walk over to another corner of the building, and that's when you realize one of the peeled up floorboard sections of the floor, there's dirt underneath the floorboard, like there's a sub foundation to the building. And you look at it, there's something strange there, and you drop down into the corner and you start moving dirt out of the way. Yeah, you just moving dirt, getting it out of the way.
Because you're a dwarf.
Yeah.
And as you kind of stand there, as you stand there looking down, it's almost like a grate, like a manhole cover, like a grate, like covering something. Written in common is the following words on it. I really hope you find this time. Signed, Jerry.
But I really hope you find
This time?
What it says. Yeah. You're standing there looking at it, and there's 2 pull rings on it. It feels like it's a cover to something, because once you got all the dirt and grit and everything off of it, it looks like it's designed just to lift right off of something.
Okay.
You see metal rungs, like a ladder, going down into the darkness. Smells like a sewer.
Oh, that's
And as you pick it up and you set the lid aside, the underside of the lid, it says, "Oh, thank God you found it." Signed, Jerry. It's very much Jerry's humor.
He would do something like that, but there's no comments, so thank God.
Instead of alienese.
Instead of alien knees. We should have come up with a Jerry language.
Analese.
Boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop.
Innocent
Me,
probees.
morph.
Morph, snorf.
His language is probees.
Probees.
It sounds like this.
Hello.
Hello.
It's very
Hello?
musical.
How are you doing?
With the letter Kenny finish. Did you open a file?
The horn went off a couple times. Still notice that people actually they stop.
Yeah, they stop. Look
There
in the
it is.
direction of the noise. It's patterned.
Up.
It's patterned. Like they never really sleep. They never really stop doing anything. They only ever stop on the hour when the foghorn goes off to stare off in that direction.
If
If you had one.
Everyone sees that
Yep.
the Jerry, the foghorn goes off when the Jerry is absorbed or
At this point, Willow,
That's what
because you're
Willow's got, right?
meditative, not sleeping, every hour on the hour Jerry's brought in, the Jerry comes down, examines it, liquefies it, goes back up.
Every time he comes down, I try to. Hey, Jerry.
Give me
Candy.
3 hours
Please.
for your watch. Give me 3 perception checks.
Perception.
Say please.
I'm sorry, persuasion. Can you turn off the tea kettle, please?
Trying.
Here you go. Here you go.
Okay, so I rolled.
Oh, he gets
Say
candy?
please.
Oh.
Punch him in the dick.
Here you go. You don't have to say please.
No, Ivar, not the boy.
There.
So the first one was a natural one.
Yeah, right.
The next two, I
The
got
first
11,
one's going to cancel your second one, so you get one final one.
which is 11.
11?
Yeah.
Ignores you again.
Yeah.
And you notice, like, other voices, too, calling towards him whenever he comes down.
What's it say?
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, you hear so, Jerry, please let me go, Jerry. I'm really sorry.
Yes,
Like,
it's
it
a
just
little
like
over-
dozens of voices, barely able to speak, kind of calling out towards Jerry every time he comes down the stairwell.
Lower it. What's it say right now? Put it down to 75.
Or you just turn it off. With the heat or the air?
Turn on the air.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Neither
turning
one
on the
was
heat.
off. Or neither one was on.
Oh, okay.
It was off.
So then
Scarlet's up.
I'm gonna basically kind of like as a reminder before I go to sleep. When we like found something, I'll tell us all in the morning.
You wake out of your drunken nap. You look over in the corner of the building. She found a grate cover into a sewer. You see Jerry's writing on the front and the back. You see it's an entry point that goes straight down, probably into the old sewer. It's pretty rank smelling, kind of like coming out of it as well. Give me a perception check for your watch, for starters.
Did I leave myself that +5 warlock plate armor?
Yep, 19.
19.
I left
You-
this a cache of weapons.
Same routine. Same heads up that Jade gave Bella, Bella gave you. Every hour,
No.
foghorn goes off. They stand still, looking in the direction of the
Say
noise.
please.
There's this strange kind of pattern to their behavior, just over and over. You get 3 more tries.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a different
Oh, those
dice
are better
because
anyway.
that one rolled really
Yeah.
badly. That one would be a 15.
Okay.
Chew it up good, bro. Before you
Fortunately,
That
with
one-
each
another one.
try gets higher and higher. So,
This one is
Chew it
a
up.
23.
ooh, okay. On that one, just after the horn goes off, the genetic material is kind of absorbed into the dais, and he's grumbling to himself as he's kind of going up the stairs. I'm never gonna find this damn Jerry! Ah! And he like pounds his hand on his other hand, and he seems very upset as he hears you call out to him.
You can talk to me about it, Jerry. We're
Turns
friends,
and
right?
looks over at his shoulder at you, and he turns around and starts kind of limping down the stairs and kind of stands there in front of you like this. And he's just got this weird crown on, nothing else. And he's in his left hand, he's got his probe out, like, you know, under his armpit, and he's like, "You've been trying to talk to me all night. I mean,
We're friends.
no, we're not. You're a battery. What do you want?
Well, I'm here, going to be a battery.
Why did you say we were friends?
Because we are.
What do you base that off of?
Well, we've always been friends.
I'm gonna have him insight check you. Oh, that's really good. He stops for a minute. Wait a minute.
I mean, we're all kind of weird. That's why we're all the oddities.
No. No, you're looking at me like you know me.
Of course I know you. You're Jerry.
You know me really well?
Of course. Especially the... I can't do it. Can I do it?
your hands
There
like...
you go.
He goes,
You do this a lot.
he takes out his probe, like
You
jams
know.
it into your midsection,
I told you you could only...
and he takes out a tissue sample and he looks at his probe. Eyes go wide. Oh, you just became my best friend. He reaches up. He takes out his probe and hovers you over, sets you down on the ground. He goes over and you watch as he presses components on the floor.
It doesn't sound good.
Suddenly, the dais evens out, and he goes and he just kind of Conans into his throne.
Is this? Am I in some kind of cage or something?
No, he's got you on the floor, and he looks over at you. Call out to him. Tell him to come get you. I won't stop you.
I don't know what you mean.
Call out to your friends.
You are my friend.
Ah,
You're a little older, and it looks like you've experienced
yeah.
some things. Just you've made them more.
Here,
of
let me
yourself.
help you. You suddenly feel the sending ability in your mind.
Oh my god, now you know sending.
Guys?
Who are you focusing on? Jade? Yeah. Jade, you're in your sleep because Scarlett's on watch, you know, and suddenly you hear a familiar voice in your head. You feel yourself connect with Jade.
Jade, it's like we're inside each other's mind. Isn't this exciting? I don't know what Jerry did, but this is kind of interesting.
You're with Jerry.
But yeah, he was like stabbing me, and there's a lot of other creatures here, and then he was like absorbing
She cuts
himself.
off. You get the feeling she's inside the pyramid.
Guys. Wait.
What's that?
Just as the crack of dawn is starting to ebb through the cracks of the ruined building.
What was in the pyramid? With a Jerry.
The Jerry or a Jerry?
She said a Jerry and he was stabbing her.
That's the Jerry.
Sounds like a thing Jerry would
If it
do.
was me, I'd stab her.
Exactly.
You guys all cautiously look over to Sleepy Jerry, just starting to wake up out of his meditation.
Not that Jerry. Stab her too.
I'm like this.
Did I get my full rest?
Take that. Take it. What?
Did I get my full rest?
Was
Yes,
he
you all got your full rest.
I had a
Is
great
Willa
dream.
connected to him too?
No, it was just ascending.
Yeah, it was just ascending that Prime allowed Willa, because Willa
Doesn't
called.
realize she has the ability to do stuff like that.
Well, it's not just that; it's just that he got a 26 on his insight. He realized that you've been walking around with the Jerry he's been looking for.
Mm.
I'm gonna point out, like, look what I found.
Yeah, Scarlett and Bella are over by the sewer entrance, leading down. You recognize you're riding both on top of the grate and underneath the grate.
I'm so intelligent.
Yeah, but which one of you wrote that? Was it Prime?
No, it was me.
The only thing is, if this is similar to back in my,
Yeah, but Prime is you too.
Probably.
the one advantage we have though is that if this follows the same rule of back home, this leads right to the pyramid.
Go back home. There isn't a pyramid.
Well, it would have.
I'll go down there.
It would have been the castle. It
You
guys
would have
watch
been-
I just
Jerry
levitate
turns.
down. No, I just go levitate.
Yeah, he starts levitating. About a few seconds later, you hear sploosh, like your feet finding the ground at first and then levitating out of the old sewer scum.
Ooh.
And as
Jerry
you
poop.
sit there, you can see goes to your right and comes to a dead end, goes to your left, and it just keeps going on.
All right.
How deep is the water?
It's like ankle deep.
Did you leave?
It's
you guys will
old.
be fine.
If it looking around, it looks abandoned. Like no one's used this place in a long
Because there's
time.
not fresh turds floating through it.
No.
Yeah, because we don't poop. All right.
Because we don't. Where are those
Yeah.
sour Skittles? I need a sour
fine.
Skittle.
Jerry pellets in place.
Let's go.
You've left cherry pellets.
No,
They're like nibbler pellets.
I've got no butthole.
Jet rocket Phil.
I use all my food for energy. I have no waste or consumables when I come out.
No, it goes out of your finger. You know, it's
Hair is such a waste of calories.
It's just smooth like a Barbie doll down there. There's not even cheeks. It's just the legs come up into the back.
You're like a frog who stood up.
I don't
with
need to have
pants on.
cheeks. Yeah,
Hey, Rex Trim looks like a Hasbro factory right
that's
now.
right. Like the underwear, Jerry's underwear doesn't even have a pee-hole in it. It's just fine.
I mean, my underwear doesn't have a pee hole too, but I still pee.
Yeah.
Well, we're not all
Jerry
perfect.
doesn't have to. All right. So he only has to own one pair of underwear because he never soils them. Okay. So it looks like this is the way.
Okay, I'm gonna go
This
first
is the
because
way.
I know this.
Mandalorians all look out of the darkness.
I'll take first.
No.
Scarlett taking the lead.
I'll stay by Marrow. He's my hero.
I'll be in the middle of the pack so I
Okay.
can kind of see what's going on both directions.
Keep Jerry close. Bella bringing up the rear.
yeah, pretty much trucking it back like
Hunched over. You can feel the sewer, the old
just like
sewers.
I'm gonna
yeah.
mask myself up, like grab a piece of cloth and just
I turn around,
no.
catch
Hey,
up.
Bella, look, I found a spider.
I go, catch up, Jerry.
Oh, it's a turd.
No. It's a spider with a Jerry head. No.
Oh.
All these rats swarm up. They'll have little Jerry heads.
No, I was.
You watch this huge alligator come out of the water.
Jerry head.
Just,
Got a big Jerry head on it.
It's just terrifying. Terrifying.
All right, let's go down that way.
Just don't join the change.
I'll look for more of my. I'll keep an eye out. for
Scarlett,
more
give
of
me
my
a
stuff.
survival with advantage because you're familiar with Brexingtrum.
I'm just gonna have a conversation with the Jerry. It's like, so why are you doing all this? I mean, if I'm gonna die anyways, I'm kind of curious.
He's just staring straight ahead, patiently waiting.
That's not creepy.
You can
Ooh,
mumble
nat
at
20.
me.
So 24.
Takes you guys about 3 hours. Takes you 3 hours of constant nagging and persuading and conversational startups to try to get Jerry to respond to you. But he's got that freaky kind of, Goodwill Hunting vibe where he's just staring at the clock, just waiting for his prize to get here. You get the feeling that he's got this focused intent on a very specific area of the floor.
Guys, I'm pretty sure we're walking into a trap.
You just got the thing.
You don't know that. I would only tell myself to do something that I know I'm supposed to do.
Everybody give me your passive
That's not
perception
true.
on except for you. Everybody else give me passive perception. What your passive
16.
is.
12.
16, 12,
13.
13,
12.
12.
Guys, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, I told you. It's
How
your
many games have we
perception
played
plus
already?
10, so it's 19.
19.
A lot.
For passive,
19? You're the only one that notices during the 3-hour journey through the sewer tunnels. Every now and then you point it out to the rest of the group, if you choose to.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you point out writing.
Guys,
Oh, thank God you found your way, signed Jerry. Or, keep it up, you're going the right way,
I
signed
don't-
Jerry.
I don't trust this.
It's like every 20 minutes you come across Jerry's writing.
We should stop. We should stop. We should stop.
Yeah, this isn't going the right way.
I'm not moving anymore. Just, I don't like this.
Jerry, it's a trap.
Oh, it's all going to happen no matter what anyway. It doesn't matter. You guys can stay here, though. I'm going to continue on.
That's what you think. It's aggravating you. Follow.
I paid you to protect me, not to
And
stab
I
you.
am protecting
Yes,
you.
we're
I'm
protecting
protecting
you.
all of us.
Come on.
I'm protecting you. Let me go first.
You're not. No.
You guys can come and help me later.
No.
Jerry, if you step a foot forward, I'm going to kill you. I'm not letting you die. It's a very D&D line.
Okay, so
What's there?
I know. Am I? It's the
It's a
candy
candy
jar.
I can't ignore.
Am I no longer restrained?
It's a junkyard over there. You are free to move about. You're on the ground,
Okay.
just kind of sitting there. And I'll say every now and then you
Like,
kind
I
of get up and
I
wander.
poke things, like, I stare at the thing that he's
You walk over and it's just stone,
Mm.
stone floor. And
Can
you're
I
staring
move
at
it?
it. Poke at it.
Do I have access to my magic?
Nothing at all.
You can't even shift your forms.
I
He's
know.
shifting them for you.
Yeah, he shipped them for me. But I was able to do my other magic before. So, like,
As long as you're not within the sphere of his wand.
You didn't use any magic when you got to the ziggurat.
that's what I'm saying. Before.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. But once in the ziggurat,
That's the rubber ducky.
Okay.
Did you drain all my magic away, Jerry?
oh no, you won't be needing it.
Does that mean I'm no longer a tree?
For now, I was just gonna call you bait. Just
Bait.
yes.
Do I
Your
taste
friends
delicious?
are coming. They come all the time.
All the
This
time?
has happened a lot.
Why
But I think this might be the one I'm actually looking for this time. It's taken me a long time, a lot of universes to find the right one. I think this is the Jerry I'm supposed to find. The very first one I sent out. The very first one I experimented with. Since I never heard back from him again, I assumed it failed. So I created other batches. And they didn't do so well either. So, finally, with the Delta batch, I was able to get them to finally communicate back to me. This is my 5th verse I've been able to destroy. This one here, I hope to be my 6th, but this is the Jerry I'm looking for. Things are going to get very interesting indeed. You should, he moves his probe and he kind of forces you to sit down, like the telekinesis just slams you to the ground. You should stay for this. You'll enjoy it.
Well, I'm curious. What is it you're doing exactly?
Oh, well. Since all bad guys monologue, I might as well do it too.
I love that guy monologues.
You know why? Do you know why bad guys monologue? Because they wanted to show you what kind of genius they are, or
Yep.
what kind of great DM they are.
So, this orb above your head. It takes you anywhere and everywhere. But here's the thing. I can only go there with a piece of what's been there. So when your Jerry gets here, he should be from the original place I sent him to. There is something there, buried deep in a mountain that I wish to retrieve.
Is it a cyborg thing that is guarding treasure? Because we killed that.
What do you mean?
Oh, there's a thing, and we were supposed to get gold for this family, but that didn't work. But
No. No, this would have been a place buried deep underneath a mountain.
Oh, is that the place where this monster thing with tentacles tried to turn us? But there was this girl there, and then we saved her, but I think she ended up dying later.
No. Did any of these things happen while you were under a mountain?
Well, I mean, they could
Did you hear what I just said? It was like very Jerry. I just said that I'm looking for something in the roots of a mountain.
Roots of the mountain.
Like in a mountain.
Never been.
They would have been guarded by 2 very tall, lanky creatures that wouldn't have looked human to you. And then there would have been
You better check your notes.
another
I
device,
know what it is.
like the device up here. The saucer. The flying machine.
There was this thing that exploded.
Yeah. That was like the 4th or 5th session of the game.
Yeah, remember?
I
He
remember.
pulls out the probe. Let me see.
Stick in your head.
Kind of like holds onto your jaw, jams it into your skull, kind of,
Oh yeah, because that blew up.
and you watch as this thin green thing of energy comes out at the tip of his probe.
I'm kind of
And he-
hoping that they hear the monologue.
And he jams it into his own head. He watches the whole right side of his head kind of like puddings and boils over.
There was a guy there, and we saved him, but at the same time,
What's his name?
No.
Enzor?
No. No.
I'm
We
ruining-
blew it up.
I'm ruining this Jerry's life too.
What?
Trendo.
Trendo.
Mhm.
What have you done?
We
The
didn't
pilot.
save the dwarf, unfortunately.
Wait a minute. Your vision showed that you let the pilot go.
Pilot?
Yeah, the one in the glass containment. The small one that was feeding the fusion reactor.
The one that
The
was
two
making the
guardians
bug thing?
still encased, waiting for him to awaken when I return.
The guy that was making bugs? Who is a
We
human
ended up
person?
killing him too.
No, we never killed him.
No, according to the memory he just retrieved from you, he just kind of left.
Mhm.
You guys thought he was
That's
just
that
a
one guy
wizard.
that we
You
said-
thought he was a wizard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He had
That we
lost
said
50
we was gonna
years.
come back and be our enemy. We
Yeah.
should have killed him.
Yeah.
Remember? Remember we said that?
Yeah, that was definitely. He had lost 50 years in there or something.
Yeah, I'd been there for a while.
Yeah. Mhm.
Bastion, come here.
Pilot still lives. Pilot still lives. That's good enough. That can work. I can bring him back to my ship, and then we could fold space the other way, and we could absorb all the universes back into one. Okay, this will still work. This will still work. He's been bonking his head all freaking night tonight.
Yes, that's
Out
because
front.
he's grown just enough that he does not fit underneath.
Oh, it's always entertaining when that
My
happens.
favorite is how he bullfrogs around all the time. It's absolutely adorable. So,
So you're trying to fix things? Because I'm trying to get back to my place too.
oh, you probably don't want to go back there, but you're more than welcome to. Thank you for this affirmation of information. It is the Jerry I'm looking for. I just gotta find that damn pilot. Have a seat. And uses his probe to force you back down onto the ground again.
No, you don't have to do that. I could just sit down.
Oh, it's more fun when I do that. Damn it! And he just turns and he's pacing around, and you can see that the coloration of his skin's less gray and more green, and he's like, just hurry up and get here. Get here. Deep down in 3/4 of the way through the sewers, you guys have stopped at the last sign. These two are kind of arguing about her killing him because he wants to go die.
Yeah.
And the rest of you are just nope, this is a trap. We're not doing it. This has got to be bad.
Is there any other pipes going up? Or
Oh, there's lots of tunnels leading off in different directions. In fact, the five of you in the midst of your kind of hesitation, to your right through a tunnel, you can hear voices.
Oh, we should go.
To your left, you can hear voices.
We'll just pick up Jerry.
Do they sound like Jerry?
No.
Oh.
To Bella, you hear yourself talking from the right tunnel.
Oh no, you're gonna run into your other selves.
Because your passive is high enough, you're must just be my echo of my voice. This doesn't make sense. And you kind of look and you see Scarlet, you see yourself. You don't see Willa. You see Morrow, Jerry, and Jade coming. And then you look off to your left to see Torchlight. This group, you see everybody but Jade. And then you see another group coming. Before long, you guys are all staring at 8 different groups. But they all have a variation of a missing person.
Is there a Jerry?
There's always a Jerry.
Okay.
There's always a Jerry.
And then they're doing the Spider-Man thing, right?
Hello, Jerry.
Please tell me they're doing the Spider-Man thing.
I'm gonna pick up Jerry. I'm not gonna let him go.
As Bella goes to
Yeah.
pick up Jerry, you watch as Jade picks up Jerry from the other group. Scarlet picks up Jerry from the other group. They all instinctively,
They know what's going on.
yeah, they're all
This is my Jerry.
And it's like it's that moment of cross points. You get the feeling that something is happening over and over and over again. But the other Jerrys look just slightly different. Not as human. Not as
Where's your blue
not as like
cherry?
yeah, like they just don't have that your Jerry feel. And the others don't seem to be noticing that difference or that nuance.
Is he struggling to move arms?
No, I'm not. I just levitate so you don't lift me up.
You levitate. Belle's like wiggling her feet.
We need to do a bum rush, all 8 of us together.
So Jerry, where are you going?
The other Jerry's, just following the sewer lines because there were messages for us, and they're all like looking at the other, Willa or the other Jade or the other Morrow or the other Scarlet, and they're like,
wait, is there another group? Can I just go, shh? Let's watch the other group go. Let's watch
Is there another Willa in any of the groups?
yeah,
Okay.
but there's always one person missing from each group.
I just want to watch another group keep going forward. No, go ahead.
I left those messages so you would meet me here.
Oh. Well, are we supposed to do something?
Yes.
What?
We're supposed to sneak into the ziggurat.
So we
and
go
attack
first?
Jerry Prime.
We go first. Or do we all go together?
I think we should all come from some different directions.
Okay. Give me persuasion on that one. With advantage because of all the messages that have been left.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and use.
Yeah, the one I gave him was the wrong one, so I kept the head. So he wouldn't think it was a tic tac.
You.
Well, he didn't take a nap today.
What am I rolling for? Persuasion?
Persuasion. With advantage.
Persuasion. Okay, so 19.
19. Everyone kind of looks at each other strangely. There's at least 4 different Morrows half asleep against the wall.
Unless he's killing someone, he's just bored.
No, he's just get caught up on his sleep.
Yeah.
They all kind of, each of the Jerrys go back to each of their respective groups, and they all exchange conversation, and then each group just kind of goes off into their particular tunnel that they intended to go off towards. Well, it's at this point as you're watching Jerry Prime just having this tirade, and it gives you enough time to kind of like look around.
Is there
And
like
look.
a button I can press for anti-magic shield or something?
Well, you don't see anything like that. You have a funny feeling it might have to do with the probe that he's carrying.
Mm-hmm.
You've already picked up on its power. It's probably drawing directly from the power source up above. But you look over and you see 2 different Jades, half sullen and absorbed in the magic. You look over to see a couple Morrows, a couple Scarlets, never a Jerry. And then you look over to see a couple of you mixed in with all the other exotic and fae and Felian creatures.
You're not very nice to your friends there, Gary.
I don't have friends, Willa.
But you do, because you've made many of yourselves and you put them everywhere.
No.
And you've made friends over and over.
No,
and over.
subjects. I've made subjects, Willa. And this particular subject didn't bother to come back when he was told to. I sent a pilot to find him. And this pilot, unfortunately, went missing. And now I know the reason why. I've got your memory in my mind. As soon as I recover that pilot and recover my last original Jerry, my problems will be solved.
You got problems? What kind of problems would someone of your status have?
I don't mind telling you these things. You're going to be dead soon anyways. The problem is, when you decide to remake the universe, it takes a great deal of energy. Turns out that it requires all of me to do this. So I'm gathering them all back. But there's one fucking Jerry that hasn't come back yet. I've tried, and I've tried, and I keep finding these universes and these crossroads and these loops and these fractures. But never him. Never the one that I'm looking for. The anomaly. I need to have him back for me to pull this off. And with the pilot, the original Jerry, I can finish my work.
What do you want the universe to look like when you're done?
Whatever I want it to.
Well, I mean, you have to already know if you've
No.
been planning it for this
That's
long.
boring. The fun part is when you're crazy with power, is you do crazy shit.
That's Jerry.
I know, that's why I started laughing.
That's me with ultimate power. Yeah. Sounds about right.
So you don't know why. You don't know what you want things to look like.
Of course, it doesn't matter. As long as I know I can remake things any way I want, I can do whatever I want.
Where did you come from?
I'm the beginning of all things, of course.
All things? So
All
you made the
things.
universe the first time?
Well, I tried. I didn't do a very good job. You know, the funny thing is about power, while you have it, you experiment a lot. I made this one place, I called it Earth. Horrible place.
Sounds terrible.
Oh, it's bad. They polluted everything. They used up. I built these beautiful little creatures I called dinosaurs. You'll see them in some of the other worlds I built. Beautiful creatures. Put them inside of things called cars. And then drove them around and rode over each other. Idiots. But that one was easy. I just hovered the old man's hand over the big red button, and they took care of themselves. It's kind of fun to watch. Very glowy.
So where does your mind come from?
Oh no, it just came to being, I think. I think I started off as a small nugget of infinite energy that didn't know what to do. And then I think I found my way into this form. I like this form. It's immune to the universe's incursions. It's immune to so many things. It can travel. It doesn't bother with wrinkles and hair. I mean, hair is a sandwich a day. Hair is a waste of calories. I'm telling you, perfect form. And with my intellect, my beginning of my mind in this creature, I became perfect. But the worlds around me, imperfect. So I began to experiment. I began to cast out the notion of gods. I began to cast out the notions of magic. I made these delicate little things called elves. So much fun. Threw them out into the ether. Orcs, goblins, dwarves, humans, other things that you've never seen before. I guess you could say I'm the beginning of creation. The very center of the maelstrom of what you don't know, in the middle, right there.
So what am I?
No. I'm not really sure how you got into this place directly. Every other time, there's a hole right there that they pop up. Every time.
Even the other me's?
Well, yeah. And I destroy the false Jerry they bring, and I capture the rest, put them into the operations, and they are mined for their magic.
So you're the creation of all things, but you don't know what I am either?
No. And that bothers me a great deal.
That bothers me too. I thought it was a tree.
Well, you were. I sense your magic in you. You have to excel with a great deal of power to dampen it and keep it at bay. You're quite a powerful creature. Powerful enough that I'm not even sure you're aware of what you're capable of. Would you like me to show you what you're capable of?
No, I do find myself to be a very curious creature.
Give me an intelligence save as he begins to pull memories out of your head.
Save, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Intelligence save.
14. How many hit points do you have?
Well, with the rest, I have 153.
Okay. For each illusion he shows you, you take 8 points of damage.
Great.
So every time he shows you an illusion, you're going to take 8 points of damage, psychic damage, as he's
I'll
pulling
make ticks.
memories out. His first memory he pulls out of your head, and he flourishes it in the room. You see this massive tree come into existence. Give me a history check as you stare at it.
I want a history check too.
You're
Ooh,
not
that's
there.
A 19
Well, you are, but
plus
you're almost dead. Well, the other 4 of you are.
21.
21?
Mhm.
It's, you've never seen it personally, although he's pulling the memory from your head, but you know it to be the sun tree. From there, he draws another memory out, and he flourishes it over. You see these brightly colored roots of the sun tree broadcasting all out through Exandria. And he looks and he goes, fascinating. Where are they going? And he pulls out another illusion out of your head. And there's this like purple, pink, and yellow forest just out all around you. Why this place? Why here? You recognize it as a Savoy Wood from knowledge that you've been trying to gain about your past. Pulls out a 4th memory. You're in Vasselheim's garden area, and you're having that conversation with one of the tree ants that you found, telling you of your mysterious background. I don't understand. What is this nonsense? And he pulls 2 more memories out.
Ow. Yeah, my head's bleeding.
Your child form sits in a wooded area. The second illusion is illusion of Jerry. You watch Jerry walk over to you and kind of give you creation.
Gives what? Gives creation?
Gives you creation.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
You then
Very
watch
good, Dad.
as Jerry backs up to look at what he's created. And as you begin to feel your power grow and come into existence, you watch as Jerry comes back over to you and kind of like begins to shape and mold you and kind of control your form and set you back down into the ground amongst 2 other trees. And you have a sense of these 2 other trees. And the 3 of you sit there, and the Jerry pulling these illusions goes, that son of a bitch. All this time. Damn it. He looks over at you and he pulls out a final memory that he finds and scrapes it out and casts the illusion. And it's that point of sacrifice within the bulwark of the Undermountain before the explosion. And he's looking and seeing everything that happened. His eyes go wide as he sees you go up to the glass container to look inside of it to see what's inside.
Mhm.
This can't be. This can't be. And then he draws the final memory out of you. Last one. Casting the illusion in front so he can see it. That lights up everything around you. This illusion is of the image of the wizard when you said goodbye to him.
Trazador. Trazador.
And as he has the illusion of the one in the glass and then the illusion of the one you said goodbye to, you notice there's something different about them. Like in your pain and in your memory, there's something different about them. You don't know what it is. You can't put your finger on it. There's something wrong about those two memories. And then the other Jerry, he switched. Violet. Covers his face. He switched them in the mountain. The pilot's my original Jerry. The one coming here is the pilot. This is all wrong. And he just kind of like looks at the ground, starts sulking. And he looks up at the orb. Ah, fuck it. Points his probe up at it. You watch as the orb begins to crack. And you feel the entire temple begin to shake. The ziggurat begin to crack. Huge chunks of rocks coming down. If I can't make it happen, no one will. Stare into the void, Willa. Forever. And you just watch as he just shears all the magic out of the orb. Those of you guys down in the tunnels,
I have the magical crown of pissing off every day.
you can feel the tremors beginning to like build. The walls crack. And that's what we're going to finish tonight when we come back next week.
Oh my god. My count, I got 8 tick
Yes,
marks. Okay.
8, yep,
So that's
64.
down.
64 points of psychic damage. Well, hey, everybody, thank you for coming out. We will be back next Monday for our final 2023, and then we're off for 3 weeks.
I just can't leave all of us alone, guys. I just gotta know. I'm curious about this
As
stuff.
when we come back, we will
Don't worry, your
bring
dad will
you
help you.
season
I know,
2's
Piss off a god.
Big Bad as we take on Jerry Prime.
But it actually
Next
sounds,
week.
it sounds to me that you're the pilot.
Have fun.
He switched.
Pilot
So the
goes-
one Cummings, the pilot,
The pilot goes.
the pilot is the original Jerry that he actually really needs first before he finds the pilot. Because original Jerry knew that's what Jerry Prime would do.
He just knew from the
He
very
created you a sanctuary in the Salvador Wood.
Oh.
Have fun.
What does that mean?
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to say goodnight. Sorry. Be safe. Keep playing. Don't forget to play a game. I forgot to say goodnight. That was so cool. I was lost in my story. Bye, everybody.
So, baby, you were basically.